All right. Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to Skinny TV on YouTube once again. Yes, the Black Stars of Ghana today. We drew 1-1 with the Palancas Negras of Angola, and in this video we are going to have a live discussion with you watching me. So be prepared to join us on this particular stream. We are going to put a link under the comments, so let me quickly copy it and paste it in there so you can just join us. Then we have the discussion together. The game ended 1-1. In fact, Ghana considered first before Osman Bukari came on to equalize for the Black Stars of Ghana. So now Ghana, we have 8 points leading our table, and we just need one good game to qualify, and that is that. So let me quickly copy the link to join the live and paste it down there so that you can also join us if you want to. So yes, let me copy it down there. How did you see the team? I think Jordan today, he was very good. Jordan did very well today in the game, and I think he needs to be applauded on that front. Many are those who are saying that he doesn't do well, and yes, it was true. But I think in the recent games, Jordan Ayew is trying to do well. So let's actually applaud him on that front. So let me quickly create. Okay, let me leave the comment. Let me leave it in the comments here for you. Yes. So guys, what is your take? Let me know it. Let me know it. Let me know it. Let me know it. So today the Black Stars of Ghana. If you join the live, first of all, like it. After liking, make sure that you leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the game today. Ghana versus Angola. I'm say Angola play home, so it will be Angola versus Ghana. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Yes, I'm trying to add a comment, but it seems. Oh, I'll try and put it in the comment box there. Yes, I'll try and put it in there so that we all get to know how we can comment. Okay, let me add a comment. Let me close this one. Okay. All right, guys. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. A difficult game. We'll join in a few minutes. Okay, Supreme. Thank you. Supreme, thank you. Today I'm really facing some problems, on my life. I don't know. That's why I really suffered before. I think people is here already. So let me add people to the stream. Let me add people to the stream. People. I know you're excited. Why Ghana did not win, but you're excited. It seems
Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we did not win, but at least when you look at the table, at least we are leading, and we are leading with 8 points. The next match is we have one home game and one away game at Madagascar. At least we can do better.
Okay.
So yeah, looking at it, it's better. It's better.
It's better. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great.
And more
Mhm.
and moreover, you see, we did not start with our strong team. You understand?
Okay.
At least we did very well.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'll say.
So you're looking at the game. Okay, first of all, let's talk a little about the one we played in Kumasi. Don't forget Ghana, we played against Angola, first of all in Kumasi before this particular fixture. So the one in Kumasi, what is your general impression about that one as well? The one Ghana won 1-0 before today's game.
So the one in Kumasi, I think it was let me see. In all, I will just conclude. Are you there? Are
I'm
you there?
here.
Yeah. So in all, I will just say that
Yeah, I'm
the
here.
one in Kumasi, even though we won,
Okay.
it was a tough game. You see,
Okay.
I was just listening to Dapuku Yeboah, and he was saying that playing against Angola is like playing against Nigeria. Angola
Okay.
is one of our tough teams that we meet in this part of the world. Playing them is very tough. So it's just like you can just look at last season when he linked it to last season when Real Madrid won the Champions League, but
Okay.
they couldn't beat Barcelona, even though Barcelona had a weaker team last season. It's just like that. So even though we won, but it was very tough. It was very tough, and so I would say it was good that we won. We start with a good foot, but today's game was I was actually expecting that we were going to lose the game because it was looking like
Okay.
the penalty. I saw the penalty. I was like, wow, they you call this a penalty, and there's no VAR.
But I think, to be honest, it was a penalty. Oh,
I don't think it's a penalty. There was one that was a penalty. The first one is a penalty, but that one is not a penalty. The first one looked like a penalty, but the second one, the actual penalty was not a penalty. The actual penalty was not a penalty.
okay. So
Yes,
we
yes.
can just substitute it.
Yeah, there's no VAR, so
No,
you cannot
no,
say anything.
but I think Danny Amate was, he was, how would I say
It,
it?
it was too
He
hard.
was he was sluggish. See, the player had the ball. You are a defender. You are in control. I think immediately he turned as a defender, he should have just covered the defender from even running into his area or like into his path. So the player just run, and if your leg touches him, I think it will be a penalty. So I think it is Amate's fault. Me, when I saw it, I got to know it was a penalty. To me, it was a penalty. So guys, if you are watching, let me know it in the comment box. The penalty against Ghana, was it a penalty or it wasn't a penalty? If
For me,
maybe
it
VAR
wasn't
was there, we would
for
have.
me it wasn't a penalty because looking at it was looking like it was football is a contact game. Let's bear in mind football is a contact game, and
Yeah.
so even though he had a contact with him, who was in position of the ball?
I think Amate initially was having control of the ball, but he lost it to the attacker.
No. And
No,
moreover,
see,
it looked like it was outside the box, sort of, but he
no,
fell in the box.
no, it will be on the line, and if it is on the line, it is in the box. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the starting 11, the lineup. The lineup, were you impressed with it? I think many had issues with
Actually,
it, even
actually, I was
myself.
not impressed with the lineup because I was expecting that Ashimeru will play instead of the other lad. What do you call him? Is it Ado?
Edmond Ado. Edmond
Edmund
Ado.
Ado. So because you see, that's what people were saying that. Well, I was listening to the commentary. They were saying that we are playing two DM. We're
Okay.
playing two DM. So this guy, what do you call him? Kudus was finding it difficult to get the ball to what do you call the other guy?
Antoine
Semenyo.
Semenyo. Semenyo,
Yes.
yeah.
Kudus was finding it difficult to take the ball to Antoine Semenyo because they were playing two DM. So playing
Okay.
two DM, it was like it was true. But when Ashimeru came in, Ashimeru is a natural eight. So when he came in, at least he was able to play his game. So I think
Yeah.
the next time, this time around we were lucky. But I prefer that the next time we should rather play Ashimeru. We should rather play Ashimeru and what do you call him?
Maybe
Salas.
maybe Salis or maybe
Yes,
yes.
because today's game, what do you call him? It looked like Ado is a DM player. So
Yeah,
next time we
sure.
should not start him. If you are playing Salas, we shouldn't start Ado.
Yeah,
And it was
because
very
I was
fine with
out.
it.
Because I was
And,
also having the same issue.
and also it was very difficult. And our two larger defenders were leaking. Our, our two larger defenders were leaking. And that is
That is Kingsley Schindler
and the
what is Gideon
Gideon
Mensah. Okay.
Gideon Mensah. They were leaking, and that was very too. It was too much because especially Gideon Mensah. the way we expected him to play, and he's not playing like that. Then we'll go back for our Baba Rahman.
Baba Rahman.
And I think I
But
think I think I think you also did well. Jordan also did very well.
okay,
Jordan did very well. For me, I felt that we missed our captain. I felt this match we missed our captain. That is
Andrea, you.
Andrea. You see, you may like him or you may not like him, but the guy, Charlie, we need a guy sometimes. Today like this, we missed the guy because it was like Charlie, the goal was by chance or was by luck. Like today, we missed the guy. We missed the guy because I didn't see any
Oh,
kind
boys,
of.
that goal was work though. It wasn't by luck.
Nanado haven't introduced you yet. Okay, so guys,
Ah,
Nanado is also in. Nanado, welcome.
Because for me, that goal was luck. Honestly,
oh,
that goal
boys,
was
Okay,
luck.
boys, boys.
So
Come
Ronaldo
on,
is my
boys.
view. It's
That
my
that
view.
was look at
Ronaldo
the
is my
passes.
view.
It was
Ronaldo
three
is my
passes.
view. Allow me
Okay,
to be. Allow me
all
to.
right. You good, good.
Yeah.
you allow people to
Uh,
what?
Because
allow.
for me,
Okay.
I thought that we needed Ayu, Andre Ayu today because
Okay,
you saw that as the going got tough, you didn't see any kind of morale within the players. Nobody is
okay.
pushing them. There was nothing at stake. It
But I
was like
think, but I think the morale came from the bench.
the morale came from the bench. That is it. The
Yes,
morale
the
came from the bench.
substitutes.
Yes, that is this guy, Pencil, Pencil,
Osman Bukari pencil.
Pencil, and Osman Bukari. At least
And Inaki.
oh yeah, Nike also brought some kind of morale. But you see, actually I listened to the radio. I was listening to the radio, and they were. I think they said Inaki has spoiled a chance. So I watched the video, and it was like, well,
Oh yeah,
it is,
yeah.
it
He
is
got
not.
a good chance. Yes, he got a good
But
chance to put the
it
game
was it
to
was the one who had a better chance was Pencil. The one who had a better chance was Pencil. Why do we always Ghanaians? See? The guy will regret that he joined Ghana. We should stop giving him pressure. For me, that's what I'm
The guy is
feeling.
not playing well. So she still give me pressure.
Charlie,
I can't hear say.
we dey kill
Okay, so you
Ghanaians.
people people I'll come to you. Nanado, what is your general impression about the game before various departments of the game that we talk
Oh,
about?
it was a good game. I think they've done well. I was expecting a win anyway, but I think once we didn't lose, that's better. I like to disagree on the fact that my brother said the goal was by luck. As for the goal, I think it was a well worked goal. I mean, if you
Oh
look
no,
at it,
Ghana's goal is a beautiful goal from
it
defense to
was a
attack.
well from
Fantastic.
defense to it was like actually well orchestrated goal. They
You
broke
can
the
you can
defense
you
and
can pardon
I,
him that he didn't see. You
okay
can
maybe
pardon.
or he didn't watch the
He
game.
didn't, he didn't
Okay,
watch
okay,
it,
they will
so you
pardon
can
him.
pardon him.
But so as for luck, there wasn't a lucky goal. I rather say the Angolans were the lucky ones because that's I would agree with him that it wasn't a penalty because Amati was in control of the ball. He had the ball. The guy forced his way to the front, and then there was a contact between both of them, and they both fell. So if but because we don't have VAR, I guess
Do you
the referee
recall Nana, do you recall Ghana versus Portugal?
yeah, it was a similar thing with the
But
Ghana. If
this one was more than that. This one the
oh no
contact was
no,
more.
I don't think so. The contact was initiated by the player. It wasn't Amati because Amati was in front of him. He was in control of the ball. You were even saying it was Amati was the one who was in control of the ball, and the guy forced his way to the front, and there was a tangle of legs, and they fell down. It wasn't like the guy had control and Amati went in with a tackle to this thing. So it was the guy who initiated, the tackle. So maybe if there was VAR, the referee would have said otherwise. And I think the new guy is Schneidler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Schindler.
Schneidler. No,
Kingsley
I
Schindler.
think
Yeah.
is it Schneidler or Schindler?
Schindler.
Schneidler,
Kingsley Schindler.
Oh, okay, Schindler.
No.
Okay, it's
whatever,
Schindler.
whatever.
Because I
Okay.
hear
So you let's just call
different
him
pronunciation.
Kingsley. No,
Okay,
let's
so
just call him
I,
Kingsley
I
too.
I think Kingsley had an okay game. I think most of the time um, he covered his tracks quite okay. He didn't really contribute much with the attack, but defensively, I think for his first game, I think he did well. It wasn't
Okay.
exceptional, but at least he did well.
You did
Joseph
well.
Edu and the Joseph Edu Amate partnership was not the
See,
best for me today.
you are being in a haste. I'll come to you. So you relax. So guys, you can bring in your comments. You can also join us. You can join us on the link via this link. I'll put in the link on the screen. It is also in the comment box. You can click on it. I'll add it to the stream. So Ghana, Angola ended 1-1, and we are discussing it. I've seen the likes of. If you join us, first of all, like the video, drop us a like. After liking, make sure you subscribe if you are new here. Supreme is here. Supreme Cars, we are waiting for you, Mr. Supreme. We have in-game tactics. He says that was Kenny. Remember, I keep telling you, Amate is so clumsy. Hey, Charlie, relax for him. Supreme, yes, I've seen you. Bretanzi is also here. Bretanzi from the States. He'll be joining us very soon. King Podo, I've seen you. Yes, so these are some of the guys. So just drop your comment later. I'll read them on for you on this channel as the discussion goes on. You can also join us via the link in the comment box. So now let's come and take it one after the other. Let's first of all begin from the coach, Chris Hughton. What are some of the things that he did them really right in this game? Let me start from Nana. This particular game, assess Chris Hughton.
Okay, for
I don't know. Can you hear me, people?
I can hear you.
Yes, our brother is freezed. Maybe he will be back. So you can take it from there. Chris
Well,
Hughton, no?
I think for Chris Hughton, for starters, his selection was not good. Today's selection, for me, I felt it was not good. It was
Okay.
not good
Which
in the
players were you
sense.
expecting them to
It
come?
was not good in the sense that I was expecting to see Ashimeru
Okay.
instead of the other guy,
Edmond Ado.
Edmond Ado. That was the main change that I was expecting.
Okay.
Then also, you see, a player like Kamal Dini, you see, a player like Kamal Dini, he's good, but he's just like a Vinicius Junior when he initially came to Real Madrid.
Exactly.
He
Exactly.
would play all the nice game and he would just squander the chance.
That's it.
That's how Kamadin is. Kamadin is good, but he would just do he will do everything, and when the time comes for him to do the needful, he will just waste the time, the chance. That's how it is. So for me, I felt that no, he shouldn't have started Kamadini. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe because I was thinking that he would have done it this way. He would have started Idaki William at the
Okay.
wings.
Okay.
Inaki
Yeah.
and
Right wing, right?
yes, Inaki and Jordan, one another wing, one another wing. Then Semenyo will be at the front, so that at least it will give the Inaki William the opportunity to at least come to the middle, come and look for a pass, at least then support the attack. Then maybe he can score the goal that we are looking for. Because you see, people are complaining that Inaki is not playing, all because he's a lone striker, and so he's waiting
Sure.
for the ball to come to him.
Sure.
Anytime there is a ball,
I think before you go, I think we have to discuss that war. Today Antoine Semenyo also started, and he did not also really do well because the passes were not going. The passes. So Usually he has to drop deep to come for the ball before he goes back, and by the time you read there, he's already tired, or maybe 2 or 3 players will actually come for the ball. Yeah, so you can continue from there. We'll talk about the striking issue.
So for me, I felt that he should have started this guy. That's Ashimero. Then also we should have given this guy to a chance. What do we call him? This German boy.
Ransford Ewakon is no fair.
Yes, at least we should have given him a chance to look at how he also performed.
But
Because,
I understand you. But if it's not easy to give all the players chance. I think a player like Kamal Sowa, we are also yet to see what he can do. Kamal Sowa then Ransford Ewakon is no fair. We have not seen them really well.
you see, somebody like Kamal Dofa, we've been calling him and he's been coming, but we've not tied him down.
Yes,
We've not
that's
tied
it.
him down.
That's it.
We need to tie that guy down.
Sure.
We need to tie that guy down. And he'll feel bad. Anytime we call him, he doesn't start. Anytime we call him, he comes and doesn't start. Now, at least Atiziki is at least he's improving. Atiziki has improved. The defense, the pair, Amati and is it Edmond?
Edu. Joseph Edu, yeah.
It was Joseph Edu. It was very bad. It was very bad. But they were the only options that we had for today's game. Is that also? They were the only options we had, so you cannot say anything about it. So then also Gideon Pence,
No, but I'm coming. Aside Joseph Edu and Daniel Amate, which pair were you starting again? I think that is the only options that the coach had.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that those are the only options we had, so you cannot go for any other.
Or maybe the new boy who was invited later. That's Nicolas Opoku.
Nicolas Opoku. From what team?
Yes, Nicolas Opoku. He came yesterday night, and he was part of the squad.
From where?
He plays for Amiens. Amiens in France, French League 2. Amiens.
Oh, okay. Then also at the lateral ones, we Gideon was a mess. Gideon was a disaster. He was a disappointment.
No, Gideon today, Gideon on last Thursday. Which one?
Last Thursday was better than today. Last Thursday was better than today. I know the kind of words I should use to describe him. He's a mess. He's a disaster.
But I think Gideon is actually giving us the reason why we should still call Baba Abdurrahman,
Yeah. Yeah.
But as a nation, I think we should find solutions to 3 different areas of the Black Stars team. One is left back. Left back, we have issues in there. I think the goalkeeping aspect is now almost okay. Then the striking aspects. I think we should find.
It depends on the kind of our style that we play. Also, that's African soccer for you. You see, these guys most of them are new guys, and so they're not familiar with African terrain.
Sure.
They're not familiar with African terrain because Semenyo, I'm not sure Semenyo has played in Africa before. This is his first time of playing in Africa, so he's not familiar with African terrain. They think that people will cook for them and push the ball to them for them to score. No, in Africa, you have to come back and come and take the ball and go and score. That is what we are expecting them to do. So honestly, it was very difficult today, but I think there are some couple of changes that we needed to make. And the thing is, though it came very early, the coach should not wait for the last minute to be doing some changes. They say Thunder don't strike at the same place twice, more than once. So we need to be very careful. Because this time around, this time around, there was we changed and there was something positive. That's our previous game.
Yeah.
And today too, we made some changes and there's something positive. But the next time we will not have that joy of changing and getting a positive result. So the coach needs to at least step up. Honestly, we need to step up. Kamadini, like I say, is a whistle player. That guy is a whistle player. You send him to Meteor.
Oh,
You send him to like Meteors. Like the way Ishaku Fatao is scoring from center to goal. Kamadin can do more than that. So he should go to Meteors. That's his league. Those are his people that he can play with, not Blaster.
so no, relax for Kamadi. Relax for. I think Kamadi will come good.
He's like Vinicius Junior. He's like Vinicius Junior. Even Vinicius Junior has
So
developed.
good. So Vinicius Junior was not relegated from the Real Madrid team. They rather refined him to be a good finisher, and that was it.
Now I say I find this people it took him 2 years. Are they? Ah, Charlie. Look at Gavi.
Nanado,
Gavi, 60 years,
I'm
50 years,
I'm
80
coming.
years. They
Nanado
are
is
playing
here.
good football. Charlie,
So before I leave the people, rate Chris Hughton. Let's say out of 100, rate him today.
on a scale of 1 to 10, let me give you one on a scale of
Okay,
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
So far as his tactics worked and we drew, we'll go for 60%. We'll go for
6/10.
60%, 6/10. Because
60
yeah,
out of 50. Okay.
yeah, because he did
I
well.
think I think I think for Partey's issue, I heard something. And I think that is why. I heard it from last about before the Angolan game in Kumasi that Partey should be allowed to play one game from Arsenal. They went into that kind of like agreement with Ghana that they want him to play one game for Ghana. That is why Partey played for one game, and today he was on the bench. At a point, we needed him, but still, he was just there clapping for the team. So, this time of the season is really bad for players who go for international break. Look at what Erling Haaland did. He just pulled out after feeling a little bit of discomfort in the thigh and other things, and he just withdraw and come over. So I think at this point in time, the clubs really manipulate the players. Even some of them, you can play them and they will give you shambolic performance because maybe they are fighting relegation or they want to win something in the season. So I think Partey's own, in a way, is bad, but it is also understandable. It gave room for new players to also show what they can do. As you are saying, I wanted the coach to start Edmond Addo and maybe a player like Majid Ashimiru or Salis Abdul Samed and Ashimiru instead of playing the two defensive midfielders. When you do that, the team lacks attacking or options for creativity. So you could see that when Ashimiru came, he was driving the ball forward. Then Salis will be doing the work at the back. But if you play both, I think that was bad. That's why the first time we were too much under pressure. So Nanado, you are back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Coach Chris
Sorry, my
Hughton,
network.
I know you are in Ghana, it's normal. Coach Chris Hughton's performance, rating
Okay.
out of 10. Before then, analyze the whole performance for us.
All right, Chris Hughton. I'll give him 8 out of 10. I'll
Okay.
give him
Hey, you are.
8 out of. He did well. It wasn't bad. I mean, knowing Chris Hughton, we know that he's the kind of a lot of Ghanaians like their football because of the kind of players that we have. They want the quick passing kind of game, but Chris Hughton, as we know him, the style that the Black Stars are playing, that's the way he normally sets up his team. He likes to
Okay.
play, absorb the attack and then hit you on the counter attack. That is all we know him from. I think his substitutions were spot on. They all worked. I only wonder, like you just said, why he played Edmond Addo and Salis. That would be my only critique of him.
Okay.
I think Ashimura and Salis should have started this game because, like you said, there was a clear. Sometimes when we had the ball, you realize that the defenders
No
will
one
be
was
passing.
pushing it forward.
They couldn't move the ball forward. There wasn't
Sure.
someone who could be that link, like what Party does in us now. You see, when the defenders give it to him, he just links the Saka or
Yeah.
Martinelli. So but we're missing that. I think Edmond Ado, he's not a bad player, but I think he needs some time to to learn. I think they are better. We have better players who can play that
Okay.
role. So I think we should allow um, them to play. And for I think that is what affected Kudus a lot, because Edmond Ado wasn't able to really do that connection well for most of the time. The passes were a bit too heavy. And,
Okay.
so yeah, so those are the problems that we had. But this game, I'm not so happy. I think we should have killed this game. I think we should have beaten Angola. It
And who
was
should have killed the game? Who should have done that? Don't
yeah,
tell me
yeah, the
nothing.
black
Don't
the
tell me.
black the thing is, because we didn't have the midfield, we weren't able to um,
Okay.
play like we were supposed to do. But well,
Now,
it's all good.
yes. So you rate him 8 out of 10. Then people say 6 out of 10, right?
Yeah, I'll give him 8 out of 10. I think you saw that he was really reading the game. I mean, you saw him consulting with his assistants
Yes,
on
yes.
what
Your
to do as soon as this thing, what to do, and it was quick, and it gave the needed impact. So I
sure.
think they did their role as the technical team. I think they did quite well. They
Okay.
did the changes at the right time too as well. So
Okay.
um,
Okay.
I wouldn't blame them much.
So yes, that's great. Let's move on from there and talk about the goalkeeper for the day. I think right now, can we say confidently that Atizgi is our number one? Guys, those on the live, first of all, like the video, like the live, like it, and subscribe if you are new. Can we confidently say that Lawrence Atizigi, the goalkeeper for Saint Gallen, is our number one? People, and how
Well,
was his
we can. I don't know what to say, but we cannot confidently say that.
okay
We cannot confidently say that, but we can say
for now?
currently,
Okay,
he's our number one, because when you look at his performance the previous year and now his performance, you see a vast difference. But don't forget that we are just trying him. We need to give others to the opportunity to also show what they have. You understand? Because currently we are just playing him alone. We are not playing Jojo. We're not playing Jojo.
and Abdulmanaf Nuruddin.
You're not playing them. You're just playing Atisiki. So that's why I'm saying that for now we can say that he's our number one, but we should give others the chance to also show us what they can do. Then we can say that yes, this one is our number one. Because you quite remember when we played the game, when we went to the Kirin tournament, we tried all the keepers and we said, oh, then Jojo did very well. So Jojo will be our number one. This guy is very good. Nunu, the other guy,
No, Manaf did well
Manaf,
against.
Manaf is good in penalty, so he will be doing the penalty for us. And Atizigi was
No,
out
but
of.
I think no, I think the Karen Jojo the knockout was more of
Yes.
Atiziki and Manaf.
Yeah, so that is when Atizigi took another four, because he's familiar with 4-4-4 goals. So today I was afraid that he would take another four. So I was really afraid. So when we came back, we said, "Oh, then Jojo is going to be our number one because Atizigi did not meet our standard." You understand?
Okay.
So that is why we said so. So for me, I think that we should give them the other goalkeepers the opportunity
All
to
right.
show what they can
All
do.
right. Okay. Okay. So rate Atizgi for me out of 10 today.
Today, so far as we drew, and most of us were expecting us to win, and the
Okay.
West will be a draw. I'll
Okay.
go in for a 7 for Atiziki. 7 out of
Okay.
10 for Atiziki. He did very
Okay.
well. Yeah.
all right. That's great. That's great. So, before I come to Nanado, let me say a very big welcome to
Supreme.
Mr. Supreme. Yes, he's here. The analytical Supreme. Yes,
Hey,
the
Chief
tactical.
chief chief analyst.
Boss, you're
oh,
welcome.
oh, okay. Yes,
So,
good evening. Good evening.
yes, we have already spoken about. I know you were watching, so about the whole impression of the game and other stuff. So, just tell us your general impression of the game. Then after that, you add Atizigi's performance and rating and
Okay,
everything.
okay. Um, yeah, for me, that first half performance was absolutely dreadful. I know I'm starting on a negative note, but I was
Sure.
very uncomfortable with that first half performance. And I noticed, I think I said it on Selasi's channel, there was a huge gap between the midfield. So did you notice how Edmund Ado wasn't actually playing in a double pivot? Did any of you notice that? He was actually seemed to be flying forward or to play somewhat closer to the front line. So it was like him playing like a box to box role. I don't know if any of you
Yeah,
noticed that.
that is what
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was planned that he plays,
Yes,
but
yes,
he was not able to play very well.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
if you watch the match critically, Salis was staying behind for him to
Yes.
do that, but he was not
but
doing it very well.
Right, right. And that's the thing. Edmund Ado is a number six. He's also a defensive mid himself. So why make him run forward and run back, run forward, forward? I mean, it's only natural that he's going to struggle. And we already saw in the first game in Angola game that he had already struggled in his previous role. It could be possible that Chris Hughton saw that and then felt that it would be better for him to run forward and run back. But then I asked the question, why did you bring Ashimeru? Because Ashimeru is a clear number eight who is very comfortable with that role, and you didn't play him when he was much more suited for that role. We saw Ashimeru who came in, he made that beautiful through ball to Joker Painter, which we were unlucky to not score at that time. I thought that was a tactical blunder, honestly. And he didn't even
yeah,
rectify this at halftime. I think it took Edmund Argo to actually pick up an injury close to the 70th minute for him to actually bring us on. Immediately
It was
after
a
that,
fake injury. It was a fake injury. He was a fake
oh,
injury. The guy was he was
you
suffering.
think he
The guy was suffering. The guy they suffer.
so even he knows he shouldn't be. Wow,
So he just fake injury.
wow, wow. So even he knows he shouldn't be there, and Chris couldn't see it until Charlie. No, that's not good. It's not good. Good. Honestly, for me, it stifled our build up because you notice when you were trying to build up from the back, we were playing short passes, and you'd see some men you'd sometimes tuck in the middle of the center back, and then Edmund Ado is very far forward. Kudus was asked to stay far forward with Semenyo. It's like it's like 5-5 where you have your back four, Samed is with them, and then you have
yeah,
Jordan Ayew, Semenyo, you have Suleimana, and then Kudus and Edmund Ado. They are all far over there. So now they're Angola's attacking midfielder, and then their central midfielder. What are the name? There's
uh,
Gelson Dala, and then there's their captain Freddie. They'll both gang
yeah,
up on Samid, and and by God's grace, Samid had excellent press resistance, so he was able to ride the storm. But it forced him to pass backwards, so we couldn't really build up. We couldn't really, create something that was really meaningful unless it came from individual brilliance. And Angola got lots of the ball. They attacked our wings as I expected. I think I need to give a quick shout out to Jordan Ayew. Honestly, I personally believe that if Jordan Ayew did not stop, we would have lost. And now this might be a bit surprising coming from me, who is usually a lot more critical of Jordan Ayew, but I think he protected Kingsley Schindler to an aplomb.
yes,
I thought he
yes,
did a
yes.
brilliant job.
I'm not cutting you off. I think you said that when I did my starting 11, you told me that yes, Kingsley, this is going to be his debut game, so you need a right winger who will track back to support him. And I think Jordan did the work. He did the work.
Yes,
Sure.
exactly. In fact, before the game, because I saw Dennis Odoi's performance, in fact, I personally praised Dennis Odoi's performance in the first Angola game. And I thought, okay, Dennis Odoi is doing well. He's comfortable. So let's get a right winger who can really show some attacking impetus and put pace over. The moment Dennis Odoi got injured, I was like, no, Jordan Ayew has to play this game. And he showed why. From a tactical standpoint, I felt he was extremely necessary for why we even got a point. Because many times they were getting crosses on the wide areas, and I was thinking that if Jordan Ayew wasn't there, they would have a lot more freedom to cross. But Schindler at times was paying a bit of a close attention to the attacking midfielder, trying to he sometimes tried
I
to make
think
the runs to overload those left sides. So Schindler
I
was
think he
looking at
was
him.
yes.
Right.
I think
Schindler was
Schindler
looking at him.
was somehow jittery on the
Yeah.
ball. Like
So Schindler was looking at that attacking midfielder. So that left their winger a lot of time and space to, pick out a cross. So Jordan Ayew would come out and step out to close him down. And sometimes Jordan Ayew wasn't successful. Sometimes he got beaten in a dribble. But I felt that was very necessary. We needed it. It was necessary. Angola were dominating us in that first half. We were absolutely dominated. We couldn't really create any sort of build-up. Samed's forward passing, isn't quite on the level of Thomas Partey. I think that was very clear here. And I was disappointed with Chris Houston's use of Mohamed Kudus, because in the first game, did you notice that Angola made a certain substitution in the first 30 minutes of the first leg? They brought on this defensive midfielder named Bruno Paz. That guy gave Kudus hell.
he
He gave
came
Kudus
to just
absolute hell,
control him.
constantly knocking him,
Exactly.
pushing him, and everything. And I was thinking, we usually see with Kudus, when he gets that ball from Lee, his press resistance, his dribbling ability, that technical ability to just work in those tight spaces. I felt that Chris Hughton should have made use of that, but he just made him hang up there with the forward line, and it just stifled our build-up. I was really disappointed with that, and then he just took Kudus off once we had the attacking impetus. I thought that was a silly decision, honestly. I was thinking
But to
that
be
now
honest,
Joseph Painter is
to
cooking,
be honest,
now Bukhari is cooking. If Kudus was there, we might have actually got the second goal, but you took him off. I was disappointed. I was very disappointed with his usage of him. Yeah.
to be honest, if I were to be the coach, I would have made Kudus shift to the right wing at a point
It
in the
could be an
game,
option.
because at that area he was just being like covered. Immediately you get the ball, there's a player on him, and there was nothing you could do.
Angola's coach was very attentive to detail. He knew if Kudus gets the ball, if Kudus has his way, we are finished. So we put Bruno Paz on him. And he's been doing this since the first leg. He's been constantly using him to mark Kudus. If he can't get the ball from Kudus, foul him quickly. If Kudus is looking like he's gonna like an option to pass, just push him quickly. He was giving him absolute hell. And Chris Hughton did absolutely nothing about it. I was disappointed with that fact. So we struggled in our build-up. We got dominated in ways I was very uncomfortable with. In the second half, I remember there was a play down the right-hand side where Angola's right winger, held Acosta, their right back, their DM and attacking football, doing some nice interplay. And they'll pass and that way they'll run into space. They'll stretch us here, And I'm thinking, hey, did we do that even once in the first leg? Or did we do that even once in this whole time? And I'm thinking,
The first half was powerful.
what are you
The first
doing?
half was powerful.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And then it took until Amate, committed the foul, we conceded, and then we were still under pressure. Honestly, they could have scored, or if they were a bit more clinical, they could have scored a second goal. But yeah, eventually he made the substitutions. The substitutions, they were, for the most part, they were correct. And then Joseph Payne, I have so much praise for this guy.
I think there's these two things I've seen about the Ghanaian players before we continue this particular conversation. I think there are some of the players on the bench. They are really hungry. They are really hungry to produce something. Osman Bukhari, Ashimeru, Jose Pinto. You could see that they've been brainwashed, or I don't know. People have been telling them that go and prove something. Prove to the world. The reason why you, Jose Pinto, you were not sent to the World Cup and Ghanaians were complete. Go and do something. So you could see that the game in Kumasi, when he came on, he wanted to impress. So because of that, sometimes his decisions at the final third was really, questionable.
And it's not really just the game in Kumasi. I mean, the last AFCON, Charlie, we saw Joseph Pinto. I mean, he did well against Morocco. He's a good player. I mean, I think it's because the coach wanted to be a bit cautious, so then he started Jordan Ayew, and Ayew did his job as well. But if we really wanted to attack the people, I think Joseph Painsil should have started ahead of Jordan Ayew.
No, I actually wanted Painter to start on the left
Jordan will
side
give you,
instead of.
but Jordan will give you something that Pinto cannot offer on the pitch defensively.
Yeah. In fact, the one thing that I've identified about Joseph Painter, especially if you look at his club side, there's something that he has that I think most of our wingers don't. He knows how to attack empty spaces. He knows how to
Okay.
attack spaces. In fact, I don't know if any of you recognized in the first leg, there was a point where Painsil got brought on, and then Thomas Partey had the ball, and Painsil was far behind the left back, and he's telling Partey, pass it over there. I'm gonna run and I'm gonna get to that. And then Partey played it, and then his speed is ridiculous. Did you see how fast he is?
Sure.
He just ran there, and then he made the cutback. It wasn't as good.
I think the goal we scored in Kumasi, Pinto he created.
It was his foul. He was fouled. Yes.
Foul, yes.
Yeah, he was fouled. He was fouled. Oh, so I mean, I've always been advocating for this guy to be part of the squad. I've seen a few his gang matches. I know the quality this guy has. So I'm glad he played. Osman Bukhari, he also did something from the bench. And it's funny, Osman Bukhari prefers the right wing, but this seems like he's been doing a job on the left wing. So yeah, hopefully that continues. Who else? Semenyo. I don't blame him for what happened in this result because we were dominated. No, I think we don't realize, some of us don't realize how bad it was in the first half. We were dominated. So
I
dominated.
I
Did
think
you
I
see the
said it
stats? Even before I looked at the stats, I knew we were dominated. It was bad.
I think only we played about 30 minutes of the whole game, like the ending 30 minutes.
Yes.
From 60th to 90, that's when Ghana played.
Yeah. I don't think if you actually look at the statistics at the end of the first half, I think they had like 8 shots. We only had 2. The possession, Angola were dominating. We were completely outplayed. I thought Chris Hughton was completely manhandled by their coach until he made the substitutions. It bothered me a lot. But
No,
yeah,
no,
those
no,
were good.
no. Sorry,
I
let
know
me
people disagree with that. I know.
sorry,
Like, people disagree.
I would disagree with that because you see,
Yeah.
Okay.
when you listen to Chris Hughton, he said that after their goal, they will go in to defend the goal. So if you realize, after they scored their goal, they went in to defend the goal. So that is when we also had
immediate.
we also had the
They
opportunity.
were attacking at the start. They were attacking at the start. They couldn't score.
No, I don't think that's what Chris Hughton said. What he said was, it is normal that after a team scores, they fall back, and they are most vulnerable when they've just gotten a goal.
So it means that it was part of the plan. It was a part of the plan that, okay, let them score. When they score, they will just relax for us.
Oh no, I don't think that's the plan. No. I think that's the plan.
How can you tell me this
No,
story?
it's like it was more of a reaction. Like, okay, when it's just like when we play against Portugal, right? As soon as we scored, we became vulnerable, and that was when they made their changes and then they killed us in the game. It's the same thing that happened with the Angolans. As soon as they scored, you realize that it's natural that the team is the most vulnerable at that point. So they started falling back, thinking. You realize that he took some of the wingers, those who were really troubling us. The Angolan coach took them off, and that was when Chris Hughton took the advantage to. So I think it was more. It's not like it was a plan, but it was he reacted to the situation. More of that.
Yeah. For me, I don't think that's the right way to go. I feel that's a kind of a negative mindset. You have to wait for him to score in order for you to.
That would be disastrous.
It's a dangerous risk. I mean, what if you don't have the tools of your bench to penetrate the opposition? Then you just end up and you lose, and that's it. I mean, I don't think it was the best thing, but it worked out to the point that we were able to get a draw. But for me, I felt that it was from the moment they scored and Chris Hughton delayed with the substitutions, I knew we weren't going to win. So I was going to be a draw at most. So I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, but Supreme, you didn't rate coach and the goalkeeper. Do rate it out of
Okay.
10.
Okay. Atizigi, I mean, there's not much to say. He did his job. He did his job. There's
Sure.
nothing to fault him with. Honestly, I think his footwork is respectable. He's decent on the ball. I never really felt there was a time when he was on the ball and he made any mistakes. It's, the saves he made, they were generally routine. They were generally straight at him, but he did his job. So, yeah, we can continue with him. I'll give him a simple 7. Even, I mean, I can't expect him to take the penalty. He did his job. He did his job.
And the coach.
Precision, I'll be a bit more harsh. I'm giving him a 6. I'm being harsh. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All
He
right.
needs to do
All
better.
right.
He needs to do
Sure.
better.
I think the starting 11, he got it wrong. He got it wrong. Okay. People. I think.
I wanted to comment on the Atiziki being our first choice.
Okay.
I think you asked
Yeah.
that question earlier.
Yeah. You left.
And I think for now the only keeper that I see giving him a challenge is Richie Dufori, if Richie Dufori is fit. I
And that's the
prefer
thing. Before he's not even playing at his club right
no,
now.
I see that is
Also,
when he's fit.
Does he even come to the conversation right now?
No, I'm
Because
saying when he no.
he has
So
to be fit
what?
before.
Yeah. So what I mean is, I don't see the other goalkeepers go ahead of Atizigi. I mean, Wallacott is not playing much these days. Nuruddin too is not playing. So I think the one who is very consistent now is Atizigi. So I don't see any other keeper that we have at the moment that
Yeah.
would. So confidently, he's our number one, and he's going to
yeah,
stay
for
that way.
now, that's what it's what we have. It's what we have. So
I think personally, if someone tells me that I'm a coach and I should, how do you call it, use other goalkeepers in order to get the best out of them. If I'm a coach, I'll never agree to that. When you stick with one goalkeeper and he continues to keep, he will be improving. He's going to build in confidence. You are going to see the other side of him. So I was not expecting Chris Hughton to bring in a goalkeeper after all what Atizigi did at the World Cup, even though he still conceded. But that is one thing about him. If you check his statistics in the Swiss league, he's always very good in post, but still he will concede. So if you look at the Black Stars of Ghana's team, look at these two matches.
Maybe his defense is not good.
He's
Sometimes
I've seen some of his highlights. There's sometimes where he makes very comical errors as well. But I mean, sometimes he makes good saves too.
Yes.
It's a very
Yes, I
strange
think
thing. It's
that-
either very good or he's very
But
terrible.
one
It's
thing
very-
that we fail to realize is most of the time when he plays for Ghana, when we used to criticize him a lot before the World Cup, most of the time the defense that Ghana gave him was a very bad defense. If you
Like
wore the
today's
carrying, like today soon, or if you wore the carrying cap, it wasn't our regular. Jiku didn't play. Salisu was not there. I think it was Amati and
Mate was
it was Amati and
Edmond
someone
Adu
else.
in defense.
Edmond Adu played as a defense, as a center back.
I remember that defense was really bad.
So
I do remember.
most of the
He
time
even pulled up that left back
Yeah.
from.
So he has been unlucky. He's always used as a scapegoat in the Black Stars back then. when they are trying, certain combinations, and then he concedes, and everybody is at Atizigi is conceding.
You're half right. You're half right. I think I recall telling Selassie that when he was praising Wallacott, I was saying that Wallacott will also eat 4 against Japan. I think I told him that as well. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
We shouldn't forget those 2 errors from Wallacott, then Manaf against was it Morocco before the
Algeria. That game he was
Algeria.
It was terrible.
Those 2 errors. Okay,
So
now
a keeper is as good as the defense that is in front of him most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Atizigi, I had an issue with him in the first leg. Honestly, I think in the beginning of the game, there was a shot from Dala, and then he spilt it completely, and then
Yeah,
it turns
he's not very good at actually holding on to the ball. Most of the time, most of his saves he has to point. There's a, that
yeah,
that's the flaw about him. Most of, and he's not very good aerially. When the ball floats in, you never see at easily maybe a corner kick comes in and then he comes for the ball. Most of the time he might miss,
yeah.
or
That's the thing. I think Wallacott had that weakness
that's
as well. So
yeah,
I don't know.
those are the
But for now,
weaknesses. But
he's number one for now. For now,
yeah,
that we'll keep it like that. Yeah.
yeah, but
Okay,
funny,
so
sir.
I think right now we have to move on. Let's talk about the fullbacks. Right back, Kingsley Schindler, his debut for Ghana. For me, I think it wasn't all that bad. We'll talk about him then, Gideon Mensah. Let's combine the two, right back and left back. How was their performances? Let me start from people. Let me now add time so that you'll be moving fast. 3 minutes for, okay, let me say 4 minutes, 2 minutes each for both right and left backs.
Who's
People, are you
talking?
around?
I don't think we can hear him.
I think
Sorry,
his
Okay, we can hear you now.
you can hear me now. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I
yeah.
said is that I want to make my last comment so that I leave.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
because it's getting late. So, I as I mentioned earlier on, the defensive pair was not. Their performance was abysmal. That's the best word I can use to describe it. The whole defense was in a mess. The whole defense was in a mess. Our captain was clumsy, and the other one didn't know what to do.
Are you
He's
guys
a
comfortable for Mate as captain?
who
Amate, he was captain. Are you guys comfortable with him as captain? I'm just wondering.
actually he was a captain, and he was clumsy, and he did, another one, the other fellow too was he didn't know what to do. I know I'm not. I'm just saying it as a test.
Charlie,
I'm just
maybe
saying,
don't do the captain like that. So, Captain Fantastic.
oh no, he didn't do well. Honestly, he didn't do well. He didn't do well. Honestly, today he didn't do well. So I think then also Gideon was Gideon.
Oh, Gideon,
The way
man.
Gideon was playing, I felt like Ghanaians have to eat a humble pie and go and beg Baba Rahman that he can.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about that. But hey, Oscar, do you recall a certain live stream when I actually chose Baba Rahman over Gideon Mensah for my predicted lineup for the Portugal game? Do you recall? It was
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
because I was a fan of Baba Rahman. It was because of this. This isn't the first time Gideon Mensah has had a terrible performance for Black Stars. Do you
oh, I
remember
think the 4-0.
even
There
the
was
Algeria
one
game?
game. Yeah, Algeria. It was
The Do you
abysmal.
remember
It
how
was
much
bad.
their right back tore him apart? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
So,
so is that
so I,
why so this is the message Ghanaians are calling for.
do you understand now? Do you understand why I've always had this issue?
We need to
There's a
eat an
reason why
apple
we
pie. Go
say
and beg Baba Rahman that he should come back.
Oh, but
Yeah, they can.
no,
That's what
but
them.
no,
No,
but
no,
but 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 I
no,
think we
but can't we have a long-term project for maybe one new or two new left backs rather than going for the agent to still come and give you temporary solution instead of maybe giving Pozo the chance or maybe a certain I've forgotten some of the left backs we have, Rahim Moro or any other guy.
Moro is
I
someone
think
I've wanted to see Black Stars
someone
for a
is
long
giving
time.
us feedback from is it from someone is really giving us feedback. Okay. So guys, did you get me? I'm saying that can't we rather get a young player who can come and play left back for the future rather than just going for Baba Rahman again to come and solve the situation temporarily for us?
I mean, that's fine
Anyone
because
can
Gideon
pick
Mensah
it.
is still 24. So I mean, it's not like he's old himself. So it's a conundrum. It's a serious conundrum.
No. To be honest,
but
how old is
Osikeni,
Baba
Osikeni,
Rahman?
I
How
think
old
we
is
should
Baba
also.
Rahman? To be honest, like it seems is
Oh,
he not close to 30?
Yeah, I think he's 30 now. Baba Rahman. He might be 30 now.
Yes. So,
No,
but
but
for now,
Osikeni.
yeah,
I also
yeah.
think
Oh, he's 28.
some.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I don't think we should crucify Gideon Mensah yet. Sometimes players have bad games. I mean, we've
Did
seen
you see
games
how he was
where
crossing?
his crossing is poor.
He
I
was
I,
sending
I
it to the
agree,
moon. My
but
word.
but sometimes players have bad games. It's allowed.
His bad
So,
game was terrible today. His bad game was
I mean,
terrible today. Look at the one
in
man
the
today
World
with
Cup,
back
in the World Cup,
He
in the
played,
World
he
Cup,
played a
in
one
the
on
World
one with
Cup
his back.
against
And he
in
couldn't
the
do
World
again.
Cup against Korea, for instance, he was he was quite decent. I mean,
Yeah, I was better there, to be fair.
he was better than, so maybe it's just one of those things. If he keeps playing, he builds confidence. It's good. But last time it brings me to this. I think before the first leg, I was watching AFCON 2019, the Black Stars, and yeah, Baba Rahman, for all that we say about him, his deliveries, his crosses are top notch. Sometimes you think
I've said this several
yeah,
times.
sometimes it looks as if maybe the ball is lost. He's lost out on this thing, but he will chase the ball and just at the final minute. And I don't know, he happens to find his player when he crosses. For the crossing, I think Baba. I mean, you can see the World Cup. I mean, see the assist he gave to Bukari to score
Carry on.
that goal. I mean, Baba Rahman, I think sometimes we are a bit too harsh on him. I don't think he's such a bad player. So yeah,
I think
we
I think in every
Well,
team, see in every team we have like some one or two players that if it doesn't go on well, they are the target. In Black Stars we can talk about their youth brothers, then maybe Baba Rahman,
and
and
if
to some
and
extent,
even and even with to buttress your friend's point about Andrea Ayew, in this, I still say that Andrea Ayew will be a better finisher in the box than most of the people that we are trying right now. I
I've
mean,
said
if you
that
put
before. I think
yeah, I
I've
mean,
advocated for him to
if
play
you
up front.
put Andre Ayew this to be your arrowhead, and you have very quick wingers like the Bukaris and this thing. Oh, Andre Ayew,
He can do a job
he'll,
of the
he'll
job.
give he'll give you the goals. That one there. If you
no,
give
no, right now, see, right now, trust me, Arrowhead will not help you. Arrowhead will not help you.
no, no, with
You
that one he's
did you
not.
did you watch Nottingham Forest versus was it
Oh, but
Newcastle?
not
Did you watch
no,
that
but
game?
Nottingham Forest is not a team that does that passing game, swift
I didn't watch that
passing.
game. What
Do you think?
happened?
Not Nottingham Forest, they are a team that sit back and soak the pressure. So if you are an arrowhead in such a team,
No, are
definitely
you
you
sure?
start. Oh yeah,
Maybe you don't know Nottingham Forest. They don't sit back.
Yeah,
Nottingham
wait,
oh
but
Forest.
no,
yeah, what
no,
happened in that
no,
game?
the
I didn't
game
watch that
you are
one.
talking about, the last game, right? The last game,
Yes,
that's
yes.
the way they were playing. They weren't a team that was doing their attacking. Even though at a point they started doing that, but yeah,
Well, how is the
if
difference
you
was
look,
now? We were completely under fire by Angola just for half
oh
for
no,
I
but
think
like
two
if
thirds of
if
this
if
game.
you if you start a game like maybe, and you start someone like a Bukari and maybe Kamau or Paint, or
So
our problem today was just the Edmond Ado Salis partnership.
that
That
was
was
a
the problem.
big
That
problem
was
for
a
them.
big problem. That was the reason why we were dominated. If we had fixed that, the game would have been a total because you realize that defenders will pass, they'll take it to the middle, then they bring it back, they give it to the keeper. There wasn't that transition. But if we fix that middle this
Yeah.
thing, and there are quick passes, our wingers are good. They can do the attack.
Okay, so let me give some quick shout outs here. I've seen Face Max here. Face Max, thank you for
Hey,
joining.
this
Britannia is also here. Britannia is here. Osei to Tuteria. Yes, I've been seeing your comments. Emmanuel Amane, yes, one of the Ardent viewers here. Okay.
No,
Then
people talking
who
about
are
shut up. Oh,
Sweet Siren. Wow, you get
I
some
was
nice
telling,
names.
do you allow the viewers to also call in, or
I posted the link in the
okay?
comments. Let me repost. So, guys, if you want to join, let me post the link again. You
We hear
can
from
join
them.
us via this link. You can just click on the link, then it will take you to StreamYard. You just log in. And
You see what someone wrote? I think I
yeah.
said to you, he said, Jordan, you should never be allowed to play any crucial free kick.
This is the funny thing about Jordan Ayew. You remember in the World Cup window, his free kicks were actually pretty good. Do you remember? What
Yeah.
happened? I don't
no,
understand.
see, Jordan should be taking free kicks for players to head, not for him to take it straight into the goal.
No,
For him,
even then, it
he's
was
a very
very
good crosser
bad.
of the ball. Jordan Ayew is a
No,
very good crosser of
I
the
think
ball.
we should even just reevaluate the way we do set pieces because even Kudu's
Yeah.
set deliveries weren't good today for both legs. Like, they were really bad. We really need to look at that.
Okay, so now let's look at the pair at the back. Let's just do it
Hmm.
1-1 so that quickly
So
go.
I'll put it up.
What do you call it? Joseph Edu and
So leave your phone.
Daniel Amate, the captain. Yes, combine the
Sure.
two.
I
Hmm.
understand. Fine.
Okay, so I think I'll start. Adu, I think he had to grow into the game. In the beginning, I remember there were times when he was losing the ball from a pass. It was very strange. I saw very similarities in how he would struggle in possession to Idris Ubaba. Did you notice a bit of a similarity where they get pressed and then they make a mistake? It was very odd. It was very
Okay.
odd. I don't know if maybe we should do a bit of analysis of mid-table Spanish La Liga teams because I don't know if they don't get taught how to play under press. Because Adu was struggling a lot in the beginning, but he grew into the game. He started making a lot of blocks, a lot of canceling out of crosses. I thought he did a bit better. He wasn't amazing, but it was okay. And then Amate, well, no, Amate didn't have a good game for me. I thought it was very difficult for him. There were times where he managed to win the duel, but of course, what's going to be on a lot of our minds was that penalty incident. Which, funnily enough, I thought in the first leg he should have conceded a penalty in that game as well. There was a challenge he put on their left winger where I think we got lucky to not concede. I
Yeah.
don't know. Amate, I've been saying for a while that Amate shouldn't be a guaranteed starter. Because the last time Amate didn't play was the game 2 years ago against South Africa, where
Amate
the
has been
COVID
playing
restrictions.
consistently
He's
for Black
consistent.
Stars.
Consistent. I think since the last time he was out was because of COVID
And he has
restrictions
been
in
he
his
has been
country.
good for us consistently.
It's
No,
not true.
it's up and down. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not. I think the center backs
Yes.
that we have are good enough to compete with him. So I think there should be a bit more rotation. I'm not going to say he must be bench, and that's it. I think I'm not going to also not going to say that he must always start every time first name on the team sheet. I think some games he plays, some games he doesn't play. I think that
Yeah.
would be fun. Yeah, so yeah, that's my thoughts.
And
I'm not
and
sure if AU
and
and
and,
Amate
and,
is a good partnership.
and I think defensively, the Black Stars should also watch it. Most of the time, we put too much pressure on our back line because the defense should start from.
The
We
midfield.
should defend as a unit. You get it.
That's it.
Sometimes we sit back too much, and then it makes our defenders, they are caught off guard, and then it makes them look bad sometimes. I think they should work on that because in some teams,
Okay.
before you even transition, the midfielders would have stopped you before you even get to the back line. But
Okay.
we most of the time allow them to attack us, and it makes our backline look bad. Meanwhile, they may not be as bad as you know we think. I think there's a
Okay.
new guy.
All right. Thank you. So let me now welcome Britanzi.
Okay, I'll come back in
Britanzi,
a few minutes.
yes, you're welcome. You're welcome to the live. Tell us your general impression on the game today. Angola won, Ghana won, but it feels like it's a victory for the last 30 minutes for Ghana.
It doesn't feel like a victory for me.
Bretanzi, can you hear me? Bretanzi?
I think he's muted.
No.
He's on mute.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
we
you.
can.
We can hear you.
Yeah. I was gonna say that I thought we're gonna win that game easily, but when it started, I said, "Oh my God, it's not gonna happen," because the Angolans they're really up for it. Right, the first couple of minutes, they just wanted to start having a go at the defenders so quickly. I thought we started okay. The first half wasn't great.
Okay.
The second half was better. The defense, I don't know about AD. I'm sorry. He's just something.
So for the defense, you didn't see any positives.
Schindler, I like Kingsley. It was good. He was solid for a debut game. I thought he did okay. Obviously, Mensa.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's the Portuguese, the Angolans. They play on the wing. So I think Mensa struggled a little bit. But 81 the Magic. If it was any better strikers, they would have finished this. they would have, because there was this ball that AD. All he had to do was clear the ball. I don't know what he was doing.
Sure.
So I feel like defensively, Edwin was okay. Actually,
Huh?
he was okay, but no, I think he was okay as compared to the first game.
Oh, well,
As
okay.
compared to the first game, I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's a star. No. I'm saying for his confidence.
Right.
I thought he was okay as compared to the first game. I won't start him because he had that opener that I think was Kudus, set him up, and he blazed it. That ball should be in the net. Partey's rinsing that ball nicely. You know,
You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked what Partey would have done.
No. What he's doing for us, what he's doing for Arsenal, at least that should be hitting the target.
No, but we've seen him balloon some of those as well.
That's very true. But I'm saying I'd rate him over Edmund. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, Salis, 100%. Every time I watch that guy, I think I need to start watching a French league because every time I watch that guy, he's just so tidy, quick, efficient, calm. And you need that. I thought Ashimari was good. He had this little link up play, through ball to Painstock. We didn't see that. We didn't see that the whole game. There wasn't that link up. They couldn't pick the strikers the whole game. But when he came on, that counter attack was so quick that he was able to hold the ball. I didn't see Edward couldn't do that. He didn't have time to pick a pass. Are you serious? He didn't have time to pick a pass. He couldn't even find the next player next to him. How was he going to pick a pass? So he definitely struggled. And Semenyo, I thought it was tough for him. It was the first start for him, but I don't know. He's left-footed, so I kind of expected a little bit more from him. He can hold the ball. He can run around with the ball. Yeah, Semenyo.
Oh, I thought he was right-footed.
He's right-footed.
Yeah, I thought he was right-footed.
I thought he was left-footed.
Okay, let's
Semenyo.
Yeah, Semenyo.
Semenyo is a right-footed.
He was right.
Interesting. But he can forward both left and right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
Okay, I thought he was left-footed, but I think he struggled. I don't know. Is he an impact player? Because was it because Kamaldeen was doing what Kamaldeen does best? Yeah, because Kamaldeen,
Okay.
I don't know what to start.
So your general impression on the game. How do you see the team and their performance? Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping we won the game, but I don't know. I don't think it's a loss because it's an away game. At least you got a point. But I still feel there's a lot that the finishing is horrible. I don't know. We just can't finish. We can't even get to the final third, let alone talk finishing. So I feel that's why I feel we might have to work on a lot more. But I love Joseph Painter. I was raving
Okay.
about him.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Osman Bukhari were my two top. they changed
Your
everything.
your man of the match, eh?
Men of the match, Bukhari and Painter.
And Painter. Okay. That combo was great. That
was great. No, but we need to get rid of the hazard behind. Amate and they're hazard. They need to come
Amate
out.
who?
No. Edu, they're hazard. They're waiting to fall. They need to go.
They are time bomb, eh?
No.
It will explode.
Big issue.
It will explode very soon. Okay, so thank you.
That's okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Yes, he has tried to join the live. He's even on the road. You can see. So thank you.
Thank you.
Who again? Hey, people is still around.
Yeah, I'm still around. Let me give my final. Let me give my final.
Okay.
So that I can leave you that.
Okay,
So in general, I think we did very well. In general, we did very well. But the next time we should have the selection better for starters, because we cannot still wait for second half to make changes that will bring change to the scoreboard. I think we can do something better. The next time, today we tried Ashimero Summit, and it was perfect. So maybe the next time when Pate is not around, we can comfortably rely on Ashimero, who is going to deliver for us. Then also at the back, we need to have an option. We thought that we had an option in the name of those guys. What do you call them?
Patrick Pozo.
Not Pozo. The three defenders, the three central defenders.
Okay. Nicolas Okuku.
No, the three central defenders. Southampton defender. What is
Salisu. Okay. I'm thinking of maybe the players available, right?
So Salisu, those three defenders. At least we should have a backup for them, because today we're exposed. Today we're exposed, so I think we should have a backup for them. Then also our Gideon.
But Edu looks quite good in the Spanish league.
Oh,
Edu, he looks very good in Celta Vigo. So today I
think the captain
just needs a better partner, person.
Is he the captain?
No, he's not the captain. He's not the captain, but in the Spanish league, he's a very good defender. He plays every 90 minutes all the time.
That's why they are closer to relegation. How can you lie?
They are not too. They are not. No, you should watch the Spanish league, which is good.
No, they play well. They play well.
They play well. If you watch Celta Vigo play.
At the 18th minute, he made a terrible mistake.
Yeah,
a ball was given to
him. But I think
Edu and the keeper. I was like, Edu should clear this ball.
No, but you guys, sometimes I think we should just be a bit patient with the boys. Edu hasn't played in the Black Stars consistently for a long time, so everybody knew that this was going to happen. If I knew that today the partnership between Amate and Edu was going to be suspect because they haven't played together. Their understanding is not there. Even like
let me finish my bit. Then you come in later. So, like I said, then also up front, we need to try that German boy, François Debois. We need to try him. At least we should give him the chance. We can't go and bring players and they will come and sit on the bench for nothing. at least we need to try them, or so that at least we know that yes, we have a solid team. Today's match, we needed the day to at least bring some kind of morale, them within the players.
But the
But
day is
hey,
Indian.
but
The day is
Ghanaians, we like insults. We like insulting now.
no, no. The day is
We
Indian.
like making people hero, and later we'll make them zero. We like making people hero, and later we'll make them zero. I remember 2008 when the day was in his peak, when the day was in his heydays. We were all praising the day, and now it's like we are trying to crucify the day. But the guy is doing well. The guy is doing well. I mean, even Ronaldo is still even playing. He's still playing. How old is the day that we are saying that the day is no longer the day it used to be?
The day is young. The day is very young.
33 now.
Today, you see that when the going got tough, our own Kudus was not able to play. He was not able to play. So in the second half, this guy was coming to the middle. What do we call him?
Jordan.
This brother and Jordan.
Yeah,
He was
Jordan.
playing like
At a point in time, Jordan was playing at the number 10 role. That's what
he was playing our 10. He was playing our 10. You understand? You see, so sometimes.
Oh, but that was because Kudus was out.
No, Kudus was not seeing top. He was not seeing top.
No. Yeah, when Kudus went out, that's when Jordan came to play number 10.
I understand that Kudus. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that Kudus today, the game was bigger than him. Today's game was bigger than Kudus because
but you see, I think Jordan's performance. We always criticize him because sometimes he doesn't give consistent performance. Today we are all praising him. Give him the next start and we all see what will happen. The World Cup, we all saw the performance he gave against South Korea. But I think the game against was it Uruguay? He was started and nothing he could produce. Or have you forgotten?
Yeah, that's true.
I forgotten.
Yeah, so it is. So I think Jordan's own is it's about consistency. But the day you see the energy level has dropped. We have some players who plays with their mind when they are growing. Let's say like their brain. Let me put it that way. Look at Messi. Messi can play up to 40, just like Ronaldo. Even though he plays with strength, but he's making sure that he's always fit. You can't tell me that Andrea is fitter than Ronaldo on any grounds. Ronaldo can run for 70 minutes. I don't think Andrea can run for 70. No, by 40 minutes he will be tired. So we have individual players and how they even keep themselves. Messi, even if he's walking in the game, one pass he can make a difference. That is why Ghanaians think that when a player is injured, he should gradually
sacrificing, killing the guy. It's like we're trying to kill the guy.
No, we are not killing him. The player is injured. That is why. Or have you forgotten? He picked up a knee injury, the right knee. He's injured. So he decided not to. After the MRI, according to Ghana Football Association, after the MRI, they say he cannot play. So he has to return to Nottingham Forest. So he's now in the UK. So people, you can your submission.
All right, so that's my so in all, I think the next time we need to make sure that we start with our best foot. We start with our best foot rather than waiting for the last minute to make some changes. We start with our best foot, and then we can get there. And when we get there, at least for now, we can proudly say we've indirectly qualified. Indirectly, we've qualified, but we just want to make sure that we qualify properly. When we finish qualifying properly,
we've not qualified.
Boss, have you seen the table?
Oh, I see the table.
Yes.
Will be 8. We get 8.
And you say where you say we qualify?
I say indirectly we qualify. Proper, but oh, but they can't play Madagascar. Madagascar be
Central African Republic. They not be easy like that too.
They will come They will come Kumasi.
They'll come to the
Kumasi. Okay, in Kumasi, you see how we suffer to score Angola 1-0.
But still, you
like I'm telling you, playing Angola is like playing Nigeria. Playing Angola is like playing Nigeria.
Angola are pretty good.
boss.
Oh,
But it's not
well,
like
Nigeria
it's
Angola's
not
local league is very good.
is there?
Angola's local league, it's very good.
No,
In fact,
no.
I think their left back is a local player from their player. Did you see that tackle he put on Painsil for that one
Yeah,
chance? Yeah,
yeah.
that left back.
that was a penalty anyway.
I'm
Who
not
told you
sure.
on the panel?
I need to see it more times. It might have been a penalty, but there was another
It was a
challenge in the first
there,
leg
there,
where
there
he
was
got
there
on
was
Gordon as well.
contact. It was a penalty.
I'm not sure if he got the ball though. Though he might have got a touch on the ball.
And
I'm not
even in
sure. I
the
have to
first
see.
half, there was one against I think
The first leg
Jordan
against
Ayew
Jordan.
as well.
I thought
Not
he
even
got
the
the
first.
ball. That was a very good
Even
tackle. In that one.
even well. Anyway, let's go on.
All right,
Yeah.
so
The local league is pretty good. So
that's my
Okay.
submission.
Okay, so people, you have still not, summed it up. So sum it up.
So all in all, I think that the next time it will be in June. Our next match will be in June. So hopefully in June we're expecting that we'll start with our best foot forward. That's all.
All right. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so thank you, people for joining.
Cheers, man.
I appreciate your
Okay.
presence.
Bye.
Okay, Nanado, you wanted to
Yeah.
say something?
Or not at the moment.
Okay, all right. So we are not moving that far. Okay, let's talk about our two problems for today. The problem is Sokatwa. Talking of Edmond Ado then, Salis Abdul Samad, I think that was the error made by Coach Chris Hughton. We needed one box to box, one player who can move the ball, drive the ball forward, connect with the attacking midfielders, and that person was missing. I think later we saw it in the person of Majid. So let's just talk about that as well. Supreme, I think you begin for us quickly.
yeah, okay. I think I've talked quite a few times about the issue
Yes.
with Edmund
Yeah.
Adu. But the thing is, Samir was sort of playing like a regista in a way. So,
Okay.
but like there were times where he was pressed by two players at the same time because they sort of didn't pay attention to Edmund Adu because they knew when he got the ball, he's not really gonna do that much with it, or he's gonna pass sideways or something like that. To be honest, I've looked at Edmund Ado's stats and they're actually quite good, surprisingly. I think like he completed most of his passes, one half of his duels. But there's also the eye test. We saw what happened on the pitch. There was clearly a dysfunctional midfield that was going on there. So I thought that was the biggest part of our struggles, and I'm disappointed that Chris Hughton did not identify this problem at all. In fact, I would have said he identified it, but it took Edmund Ado to have an injury in order for him to bring Ashimeru on, someone who is more suited to that role. Of course, other people have raised the issue about Adu and Amate. I do think it's a fair concern. It's definitely a fair concern because Amate, he sometimes he can make errors. He can make errors. We've seen it in the EPL. We've seen it quite a few times. And then Adu, I believe his ball playing skill isn't quite there, surprisingly. But I felt defensively I thought Adu was quite okay. For me, I want to see different partnerships because sometimes a defender can be good, but the partnership, if they don't complement each other, there's a problem. I mean, I think Amate and Adu played against Ethiopia and they were terrible that game as well. So I want to see Adu maybe with Salisu and then we can test different partnerships and see what's best.
I think can we say that Amate was the problem in this particular partnership?
I don't think it's fair to just single him out. I think it's just the partnership in general. Like they don't complement each other that well.
I think it's a team's defense. It's the team's the entire defense of the team as a unit. I think that is where I don't think we have bad centre backs or defenders. I think we have to. When you're attacking the Angolans, it's not like they have the better centre backs, but the midfielders make it difficult for you to attack the defenders. Before you get to the defenders, someone would have closed you in or something. You will not even get. You'll be confused as to where you should pass the ball. because we saw our guys, they pass on the ball and they cannot even move forward. I think if we are a bit more technical with that, I think our defenders will fare a lot better
Yeah, I
than
think
we
the
are
things
seeing.
that you mentioned are actually coaching issues. I think Chris Houston could
Yeah,
have easily fixed this
yeah.
on the pitch by just doing a bit of shifting. I mean, what if he brought
I think
Kudus
one
back to
partnership
play in
that
the build up?
personally I want to see is Salisu and Jiku. We've seen Amate pairing
That's the
with
one I
Salisu.
really want to see. Yeah.
Yes, Amate and Salisu. It didn't really work in the World Cup.
It's okay.
Then we've seen Salisu and I think no, it
We saw
was
a
only Salisu
trio.
and Amate. Yes,
I think we
then
saw a back three, and then we
Amate,
saw
then Jiku. Amate and Jiku too. But we are
Oh,
here
at
to
a point,
see.
the three of them played at a point. Yeah.
yeah, it was three
Yes,
of them.
The
yes,
World
it was
Cup.
yes. No, was it not the game against Brazil or the World
Yeah,
No,
Cup?
no,
No.
no.
Brazil, and
In
then
the
also
World Cup,
coaching,
in the World Cup,
also
in the World
coaching.
Cup,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
three of
yeah.
them played at a point.
I quite remember. I quite remember. So me, I just want to see the two, Jiku and Salisu. Then we get to know whether that could be the best going forward. And
Yeah.
someone also was also talking about Patrick Pfeiffer. The last time I checked, he's still injured. Patrick
Yeah.
Pfeiffer and Stefan Ambrosius, they are still injured. So I
But
even
I haven't seen
understand.
something moving.
I even understand they wanted to invite him, but later they were prompted. I mean, the
Okay.
players,
So that's why they
yes,
called Lukaku. I
yes,
see.
they called
Yeah.
Nicolas, and even Abdul Mumin, but Mumin's club were not, like
Willing
contacted
to
earlier.
release him.
So yeah, so they
Yeah.
told them that no, he's not training with the team. They asked credits for him, so they can't leave him. That's why they brought in Nicolas Opoku. Okay, so let's talk about the midfield, the attacking midfielders. Let's begin from. I think we've spoken about Jordan. Let's talk about Kamadin. Kamadin, we've spoken less about him. What is his problem? We know, but we can still re-echo them. What is wrong?
Oh, I think Kamaldeen had a bad game. It's
In
I
the
don't
two
think he.
games, in the two
Yeah,
games.
I wouldn't say the two games. The first game, he looked like he was creating goal scoring opportunities with his runs. He was causing trouble for the opponent. Me, the flaw he has to do is like everybody says his final decision making is
Okay.
is not the best. I feel Bukari is more suited for that role than I will start Bukari ahead of Kamaldeen, and Kamaldeen will have to sit down and watch from the sidelines and see that okay, I need to work hard for my spot. I mean, we saw when he came against Uruguay from the bench, what he came to do. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's a very exciting player. He can, if coached well, if we use him very well, he can draw
Well,
players to himself and give us the advantage. But
but
for
this
this game, I
this
think
this
it
this
was
just
just
dropped. Okay,
this game. I
I'm
think
not
it was
cutting
one of
you.
yeah.
Sure,
This
I'm
game, I
not
think it
cutting
was
you,
one of
but okay, you continue. When you are done.
this game. I think it was one of those things. It was a bad game for him. It was he was quiet. Like he really didn't have much to do in this game.
Okay, okay, okay. So what can we do to refine him? Come on, Adi.
Oh, I don't think we really need to say oh, Kamaldeen should not start the next game or something. He is a good player.
So if you're a coach,
Maybe
you start him in the next game.
if it were me, uh, um, I would start Bukari ahead
That
of
means
him.
that you will drop him.
Oh yeah, I'll drop him. I'll drop him.
So you said it. You are saying you shouldn't say.
I'll drop him.
So definitely you drop him.
I'll drop him, but he'll come in at a point definitely. It's between.
So
Mm.
yes, just
And
like what we.
I'll also drop. Are we talking about only Kamaldeen?
Yes, we are talking about Oli Kamadi.
Okay,
So
all right.
let's. Yes. So Supreme should continue. After that,
Okay,
I'll
so
add mine. Yeah.
Suleimana, I think he's a bit it's unfortunate that he's at a club where they are just fighting relegation and they just need to do anything to stay up. Because now I'm sure that coach is just saying, yeah, go up there, create chaos with your dribbling, and then hopefully something will happen. When you do that, he'll just be encouraged to believe that, okay, if I can dribble well, if I can, use my talent, if I can use my footwork, that would be satisfactory. We need to let him know that that's not enough. We need to let him know that there's actually more that needs to be done from his side. Once you get the ball, once you got him past the player, what's next? You have a striker that you need to link up with. You have attacking midfielders that you also need to feed, who are very clinical. If they're in a better position, make sure you're thinking ahead so you can find them. These are very important things, and we talk about that football IQ that, for example, the likes of Jordan Ayew has been unfortunate not to develop. I don't want that happening to Suleimana too. For me, this part would be dependent on his club coach, and if it's not going to work with his club coach, then it would just be better to create an incentive for him to work hard on it, and that incentive would simply be play from the bench, learn what you're missing, and then every time you come on, you'll see that if you're providing the end product, you'll be rewarded with game time. Then that way, I'm sure he'll improve on his game, and the end
Okay.
product will come.
Okay.
And that's
That-
my personal view.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's great. And for me personally, I think some I don't know this thing I've not been seeing it with a lot of the African teams and even the national teams in Africa, like in game switches. Let's say if you look at Real Madrid,
Yes.
sometimes you see Vinicius will be playing on the left wing. He will start from the left wing, but in about let's say 15 minutes time, you see him switch to the right wing. Then later on, he will switch back. You see Rodrigo Goes or maybe Asensio also switching to the other side. So when it happens, maybe you get to know where the player will do what. I think sometimes where he's playing, you could see that sometimes he wants to shoot, but shooting with the left foot doesn't help him. So usually he shoots to the first pole and he doesn't get it well. Today I think he wanted to try one and it didn't work. So maybe sometimes if maybe Ghana is playing and he switch to the right wing, he can cut in, try shooting, and maybe you'll see. Because at Nordjylland, I saw some of his videos. I was not really watching his games in there, but most of the videos that he was really imparting games, he was imparting it from the right wing. And
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yes,
That's true.
yes. In Star Renner, he was played at the left wing, but after the injury, then one player I've forgotten the name right now. 10 or something. He was really playing well, and
Oh yeah.
there's no way he could take him out. So
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so now let's talk about I think Jordan. Let's talk about Kudus. Yes, Kudus. Kudus in the two
No,
games.
Jordan. Okay.
Okay. Both Jordan and Kudus. Let's combine them. Who's starting?
I will not.
Okay.
Okay. I think if I were the coach, this is controversial. I will not start Jordan.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Why?
start Jordan. I think if I wanted goals, I wouldn't start Jordan. I think I'll start a more pacey. Jordan is good when it comes to today because there was a new fullback.
Right back.
Yeah, right back. I guess maybe it made sense to have Jordan on the field to help him. But if maybe it was a game that we needed to win, I wouldn't start Jordan because Jordan is good and all. But what I've realized about him is when Kudus, Jordan, and Kamaldeen, whenever they get to the ball, they want to take on the defenders instead of looking for the quickest pass. So you find players making runs and then they are now dribbling or something. So then the chance goes away. I mean, if you look at the way our goal came today, it was quick passing. Quincy gave it to Inaki. Inaki quickly gave it back. He also passed to Inaki gave it back and then he crossed to Bukari and it was a goal. But between these three players, you don't see much of that because as soon as Kudus gets the ball, maybe he pushes the ball a bit forward, he takes on one person before he passes. Kamaldeen will do the same. Jordan also do the same. He will take on somebody, and most of the time, when he takes on somebody, he is not fast. So he might take on the person, but the person later catches up with him, and
So,
then
so,
uh,
so,
the-
yeah. So according to you, you think that when we play those players, they hold on to the ball for a lot of seconds
yes,
before we
those
so
three
it doesn't
players
make
who,
it doesn't
yeah,
make the
it doesn't.
attacking
It makes
speed really
our
sharp.
build up very very slow. If you
Yes,
watch our
yes,
games, most of the time it makes the build up
I,
very slow.
yes. I think that was an issue I was having with playing both Kudus and Andre Ayew together. They both hold on to the ball for very long. Okay, so before we continue, let me welcome um, the truth. The
Hello
truth.
again.
Yes, yes,
I always
boss.
tell
Good
the
evening.
truth. I always tell the truth. Gentleman who just spoke is correct, though. I wouldn't
Okay,
start Jordan. I wouldn't start Jordan. And as much as he played well today, you see the difference between him and Pencil. You see, when Jordan gets the ball on the right side and he's coming down, he looks talented but sluggish. Like he's not going to be a threat to score.
okay,
Whereas when Pencil is coming down that right side, you feel there's a threat. And that makes a big difference in how teams approach Ghana. I think teams know that Jordan isn't going to score. they sort of know, like there were a few occasions in this match where Jordan was coming, and I said, if this was Jordan 5, 6, 7 years ago, he would try to go for goal himself. But instead, he sort of like tries to draw a foul or looks for somebody to pass to, or like he's sort of confusion. And as talented as he is, he's still, when he gets to the final third, you can
okay,
tell he's not confident about going for goal. And I think everybody sees that. And I think what we learned today is we do have a good coach. He knows who to sub and when to sub them. That's a very important thing. That's a positive. The negative, it always seems like we cannot put together more than like 20 minutes of good football. Like every match, like the way they played in the for part of the second half, I said, well, this is how the Black Stars should be playing all the time.
okay,
but we just can never have a match where I can say, okay, they played well throughout the whole match.
okay,
Um, and I think another issue, which I thought after when I was at the World Cup, after the World Cup, I actually said, as much as I like Amate, he's an old man. He's an old man. I mean, that penalty today is something that happens when you are a step slower than you used to be. he was obviously, to me, he's a little bit older than we think. And as much as he tries, that was a situation where he's reaching for the person when he should
okay,
be able to beat the person to, well, he had the ball first, actually. So he shouldn't be struggling to get back. And
okay,
so we need to just accept the fact that our center backs, unfortunately, we had the injuries, but it's Salisu and Jiku. Those are our center backs. Period.
right.
End of story. I'd like to see these new boys from Germany. I haven't seen them play yet. The
Yeah,
Pfeiffer and there's some other guy who they called.
Ambrosio.
Yeah, these two guys. I think I've seen Ambrosios in Bundesliga sometimes playing. I mean, we need people with speed. We can't have defenders who struggle to get back. A similar thing happened in the qualify against Central African Republic when
Oh
they
yes, yeah,
equalized. You saw Jonathan Mensah was sort of slow. In the past,
yes,
he would have been able to keep up with the offensive player. And so, the team has the potential, but I'm still
convinced.
not confident with this team, but I
Okay,
see the talent is there. I like the right back, actually. This new gentleman, Schindler or whatever.
it's Schindler, yeah,
I thought he was actually good. So I think we're actually somewhat stacked with talent at the right back. Actually, all of a sudden, between him and Lamptey and the old man Odwe can come in and the other man who got injured. What's the name of the one who was good at the World
Professor.
Cup?
yeah. Ali the same.
Yeah, there we go. So we're
That
stacked.
guy's my favorite, man.
Yeah,
Same.
we're stacked at the
I
right.
need to say it.
Yeah, he's good. We're stacked at the right back. Left back, Gideon sometimes is good, sometimes not, but I still like him. But I would like to see what this other gentleman could do, the Bozo guy. That's his
Yeah,
name,
Patrick
right? I
Pozo.
would like to have seen what he can do. I haven't seen him play before.
Yeah.
Who's
So
that? Who's
the,
that?
Patrick Pozo for Charity Respond.
okay, that's who he played. And he used
Oh,
to be a local
Pozo.
player, correct? He used to be a local player at one point.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mm.
So, we have the team. Once again, I think we talked about this on a forum before. I think that Semenyo is better than Inaki Williams, actually. I mean, to me, I think Semenyo shows some type of he seems to be more skillful and more comfortable moving without the ball. I still think Williams, not that Williams isn't good, I think Williams is a bit stiff as a player. Like that shot that he had today that he kicked to the goalie, he didn't have to try to do a volley. He could have. He had some time to,
You should have controlled the ball and
yes,
smash home.
exactly. He had time. He should have just calmed down and done something, and he probably would have scored. But I think he's still feeling. I don't know what it is. He's feeling awkward. So when you watch him, he doesn't feel like you have a smooth player out there. But Semenyo moves very smoothly. But I think what's going to happen is the coach is going to have to keep switching who the number 9 is. This may have to happen for some time before we can tell who is who. But I do
But
think
can't Kudus play that role?
I think that
Something tells me Chris Hughton might go for it
you
because
see
I don't like his usage of it right now.
you
Yeah,
have a good point.
I feel he can throw in players like Konis Dofa, Kudus, like someone to play that kind of false line kind of
Yeah,
role.
yeah,
Because looking
yeah.
at
Well, we
their
have to see
highlights
him. They don't
sometimes.
let us see him. Yeah,
Mm.
we haven't gotten to
Oh,
see him.
Konis Dofa, I think we've seen him. Yeah, but
Oh yeah, the
even though
friendly,
it was
friendly.
just a few minutes, his
Yes, you're
movement
right.
looked promising.
Yes, you're right.
He was quite good, but well, we've not seen him for a long time. So then, it comes to the same point. We've really not seen him in a
Mhm.
game. Yeah.
The other bright side of this match was I think our goalie now seems a little bit more confident than before.
Yeah.
Okay.
This match I felt better about him. I was worried about him at the World Cup and even after the World Cup, and then I thought today Wallacott was going to start actually, but in retrospect, maybe this was a smart move by the coach. So once again, the coaches are there; they see what's happening. We don't. So I guess they make their selections for a reason.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
but I think with Kudus, one of the reasons Kudus is not being put as a not false 9 is if you watch carefully, there are a lot of times where he comes back to help defensively and sort of saves the team. If you notice, there's sometimes where he comes back and is in the right position to get that first pass and just get the ball as a one-man show. People complain he holds on to the ball too much, but if you watch carefully, there's certain times where without him, we'd be stuck in our own final third. Like he comes back and participates,
Yeah,
and
that's
I think
precisely what
that.
happened today. In fact,
I'm sorry.
that's precisely what happened today. In fact,
Yes,
But
yes,
that is a problem actually.
mm-hmm.
That's a
Yes.
problem. It shouldn't happen.
You're right. You're right. But I think you know what it is. Another problem. Well, there's the other problem. What's the name of number 4?
Edmond
Edmund
Addo.
Addo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a problem. I mean, the ball's always slipping off his feet left and right. I mean, I don't know. And then that goal opportunity he had. See, this is what I think I talked about this before. Sometimes you have your opportunity to shine, and that opportunity he had to score. I mean, he should have been at least on target. And then he didn't do it. And now I don't think he'll be called again, to be frank with you.
I
to
don't
have
know
the
about
ball.
that. I don't know about that
The
personally.
ball's always flying all
Oh,
over
but
the
Listen to
place.
me if you like.
I don't think he's that bad. I think
But no, honestly speaking, talking of Edmond, I think today he was played out of position. He's also a
yeah.
defensive midfielder, but he
Yeah.
was given the role of attacking, linking up with the attackers, and I think he can do that. We maybe Asmiru will be good doing that, but not Edmond Ado that we know. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. The coach has some tough decisions to make. You know, because now with the to me, I think now he has to start Pencil and Bukhari at the wings. I don't think he can start Jordan or Hamidine anymore. I don't think he can do that.
Oh,
I just feel like anytime Bukhari is there, he does well. Anytime he's put in the match, he does well.
Yes,
You
exactly.
know, World Cup, these qualifiers.
imagine if Partey was playing alongside Bukhari.
Oh
And
yeah,
Partey gives that long pass.
oh yeah,
He,
oh yeah,
Would have
oh
been
yeah.
he
amazing.
has finished you.
But what was wrong? Was Partey injured today, or what was the problem? What was the
That's a
back?
good question. I wanted to know. People saying he's
No.
injured, but I don't know if he's.
Chris Hughton said.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
No,
Hamidine.
according to the Ghana Football Association spokesperson, he spoke, I think, Wednesday before the game on Thursday that Partey will be managed. That's what he said. He said Arsenal wanted him to be fit.
Arsenal bought
Yeah.
that guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is why they brought Simon to come and be his personal trainer and other stuff. So I think he was just being managed. That is why the player.
Only African teams allow this. Why should no, seriously, why should somebody from Arsenal
You
come
know,
to play?
Arsenal
It
has
just
a
Oh,
big
that
game.
oh that's a speculation. Oh, she can. You know that's not a fact. So
No. It's a
that
fact.
guy's from Arsenal,
No.
right? The trainer or whoever he is.
yeah,
Nanado, I
yeah.
can produce audio to that effect. He spoke on Asempa FM last Wednesday.
Who's
He
that?
spoke.
Who's that? What are you
I'm
talking? I
talking
went
about
off. So.
Mr. Henry Asante. He said Thomas.
Okay,
Oh,
what did you say?
Yes, he said Partey will be managed in these two games. That is why Arsenal brought Simon to come and be his personal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's the reason why he didn't play today.
That's the reason. What reason again?
It probably
Is it
is.
because of performance?
No. He didn't today. After the I think the post match interview, the coach actually addressed it. So he said Partey has an injury
Really?
that he's nursing. Yeah, he said, and before the match, I think the pictures that even Osikani you showed, they were kind of working on his knee or something. I've seen pictures before the game. He was sitting down and they were actually working on his leg.
See, you know what?
So he didn't even train.
See, Nanado, with this international break, there are some of the players, they tell them, even if you feel a little bit of discomfort in your groin,
Exactly.
that is
Exactly.
the same
So
way that this guy pulled out.
no, but Osikani, they are if you go to the GFA YouTube page, you see Partey being where his leg being worked on.
Oh, see, I'm not saying
Before
what you are
that,
saying.
that was even before the match.
It's not the truth. But what's happening to Holland is the same issue that Partey was
Of course,
able to go through one game successfully. Do you think?
Of course, Partey is important. It's important to them. So when he feels a slight this thing, they might not risk playing him. That one, it's true.
So that is it. Today he was standing on his feet, clapping for the players.
Especially when they look at the opposition and they think, okay, we can do without him. That's it. But if maybe we were playing maybe a serious tournament, I don't think that would be the case. They would have played
the intensity that during
because
the match
he might play if he plays and maybe it aggravates, we all lose. So let's give them the benefit of it.
Let's get
no, that's what the coach said. Officially, the coach said he's injured.
Well,
That's what the coach said.
You take it from there.
Yeah, that's what the Angolan people asked him what happened to Party, and said, "Oh, Party has a few injury issues, so that's the reason why they didn't want to risk it, so they didn't play."
Okay. So yes. Let's continue, Mister. The truth. Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is something CAF has to get involved with, because I feel, okay, if you watch European qualifiers, I don't think any special physio is coming from the club team to watch a specific
Oh,
player.
they do it too. They do it too.
I feel it's a bit, I don't know. I feel there's some bias there. I mean, that is a bit awkward.
Oh,
Like,
not to cut you there. I think it's not the first time. It's done. It's always done.
but the
It's not a new thing.
Because what I understand is all these players, they're required to have some significant insurance policies in case of anything happening. So as far as I'm concerned, once you have that, why can't you trust the physios that are already part of the African teams, the federation? Why is it that you have to bring somebody from Europe to come and watch the player? I mean, the whole thing is a bit awkward, I think. I don't know if that's really a fair way to operate.
But when he came to per understanding, he was also working on other players, so he was even helpful in camp. Yes.
But we've also heard that
commission.
but it's not the fair.
They gave him Ghana's official JC. One of our training kits he was wearing. He was working on some players' ties and others. So I think
he was working on Kamaldeen. Yeah.
Yes. But I think it is done. It is done. There are some players.
No, it's not a new thing. It happens all the time.
Yes. There are some players, they are key. And this time around, Arsenal and Man City, no one wants to lose guard. So I think that's
I think you are talking about CAF, but it's done in. I think it happened in the Euros as well, because I think Haaland was. I think Haaland was taken out because of a slight thing that he felt. Yeah, just a slight thing. Yeah, so because
Norway and Portugal played, right? Is that Norway, Portugal? Who did Norway just play, by the way?
Norway, I think they played against Spain.
Spain or Portugal, something, right?
No, it wasn't Portugal. I think it was.
No, it's Spain.
Spain. Okay.
Spain.
Spain.
Okay. Yeah, Black Stars. I mean, Black Stars never make these things easy. I mean, they should have just won today so we can relax. Now, now they have a Central African Republic match that will be a big match. I'm assuming it should be a win, but these days you never know. You
never know.
It's always an adventure with this team. Never smooth. You can't relax.
Actually, all the African teams are not that easy to beat.
Nigeria, had a tough time. Yeah, they won today though. But
Nigeria, they are not a good team. Leave those guys.
You know what's funny?
They are worse than us.
No, but you know what's funny? They have on paper, they have significant.
One of the best teams.
I actually disagree with that. I disagree with that too.
Oh, you know
which apart from Osimhen, which player do they have that is so dangerous?
Simon.
Simon, come on. Yeah, no, between Simon and Kamaldeen, who do you choose?
Well, you know what? Kamaldeen is, Kamaldeen is extremely talented, but I haven't seen him finish a goal yet.
In Rennes, he was finishing goal. When he was playing the friendly with Simon, he was finishing goals. I mean, he was the best player when he played against Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe.
Yeah. So last year, the last five of CAF best young players on the continent. So I think
we see Nigeria is all about hype. I mean, who?
No. No.
apart from
This is in their numbers doesn't lie. Even Paul Onuachu and the other players, they all
It
do
that
well.
was
was
Just
when he
that
was in
scoring.
Belgium. That was Belgium.
Yeah,
That was when he
same
was in
same club as
Belgium.
Painful, was it not? Same club.
No, Osimhen, that's fine, but player for player, I don't think. Yeah,
for them,
they
for
have
them,
it.
for them, their issue is in defense and also midfield. Midfield, they do not have depth. Defense to Kevin Bassey is not a real center back. He's a left back, and some few issues that when they correct,
So
they
that's
are
what I
going
say.
to
So
correct.
player for player, if you take the whole team, our team is way better than them. It's just that they are just hyped. It's true, they are just hyped.
See, we
Just give
we
us a
really pay
striker and
attention
then,
to we really
you
pay
know,
attention to
Our defenders, listen, our defenders are better than them. Yes or no?
that's it.
Our defend our
Or
Before I
defenders,
centre
think,
the
backs.
defenders we have are then
Our centre backs
I
are
all
would
better.
say,
our
They have
center
a
backs
better
are
attack.
better.
okay, this is what
Our
They have a better
midfielders
attack.
are way better than them.
is
Now,
debatable though. So you see, we shouldn't talk about Nigeria. Let's focus on
oh,
Yeah,
let's
let's move on.
Nigeria. They
Let's
have
give
their
Fred a
own
chance.
problems.
Fred hasn't spoken. Let's give him a chance.
and
this
our
is next.
keeper is even better. Our keeper is even better
Our
than him.
keeper is better.
Is he better?
Yeah.
And
So
so what are you talking
where
about?
the next qualifier is what? June? June is the next qualifier.
Yes,
Correct?
June inside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's give Fred a chance because Fred hasn't spoken.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's there.
Or is he there?
Oh yeah, he's there.
I'm
yeah.
here. I'm listening.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
give
okay.
him a chance.
You see, sorry.
Sorry, boss.
I've not
I'm
even
listening.
welcomed him.
No. I'm listening.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you are welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Can you
What's the
guys
time?
hear me?
Oh yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. What's the time in Australia now?
Oh, it's 9:45 nearly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
All
it's
right.
10:45 in Ghana. Yeah.
Yes, 10:45
Yeah.
p.m.
So what do you want me to talk about? Like my submission? Like what do I feel about the game?
Okay, yes. Tell us something a little about the game. How you
Okay. All right. So I'll start from the coach. You know what I mean? I think the coach is just building a team. So we just have to give him a chance, and we should just let him, like, whatever he wants to do with the team. We should just allow him. Yeah. So overall, I think Chris is doing well. He has played two matches. He won one and he drew one, which is fair, which is good, which is great. Apart from that, I was questioning why he played two defensive midfielders tonight. Why would you play Edmond Addo and Samid? That was my question. But at the same time, I know what he wants to do. He just want to try different tactics, different plays, just to see the strength of each player, to see whether or not they can be joined up together. Because you can't always rely on one player. You get what I mean?
Okay.
So I will question him on that if I was, be given a chance to meet him 1-on-1. But at the end of the day, I think it was all good. I think teamwork is not that so great with it's individual players. Mohamed Kudus is playing by himself. He just wants to show off. Kamadin Sulemana is just playing by himself, just wants to be the man of the night. But in football, in soccer, you can't do that. You have to play as a team. It doesn't matter. And that's what makes Thomas Partey very good in Arsenal. He gets the ball, he doesn't take on players, he passes. Right?
Yeah.
It makes him very good. And it makes you watching, you don't have any complaint about Thomas Partey. Right? I guess he can actually take on players, but he doesn't. He makes other players shine.
Yes,
He makes other players looks very good, and that makes you good as a player. It's not always you have to be the one to score. And I can give you another example with Inaki Williams. We don't need Williams to score. He can create chances for other players to score. So
Like he
in
did
soccer,
today.
in soccer, you either create chances or you score. And it's not really, whether you will score or not, that's not a big issue because at the end of the day, we work together as a team. So
I
I'm not
agree.
seeing much teamwork with this Black Star team. But then again, you can't blame them because you've got club team that individual play for, and then you
Yeah.
do have the country where you represent. Now, how much time do you spend with the
I
players in
think
your own country?
Mhm.
I think
You
3 days
don't spend
before every game.
you know
Mhm.
you don't spend much time, so really we can't really blame them as well because they're not. But then there's two players, whether they play for their countries or their club, they hold on the ball too much. And that's why with Mohamed Kudus, Ayas doesn't use him often as a midfielder because they've realized that he doesn't give away the ball, right? So they're playing him as a false nine because as a false nine, he's gonna only shoot for a goal. Okay, fair enough. Okay, and with Kamadin, he's also holding on the ball too much, even with his own club. So these players need to learn, and I guess they will learn once they start to become a bit more mature. So, but I personally, if I was the coach, I'm not gonna play both players. Play two players that hold on the ball too much. No, and that's why when he made the
Actually, three
substitution,
players.
yes, three players, and that's why we saw the changes. We saw the effects when he made the substitution because
Yeah.
Bukhari doesn't hold on the ball too much, and even if he does, he doesn't lose the ball. And Joseph Pencil also doesn't hold on the ball too much. Even if he does, he doesn't loses the ball. So if I was the coach, I wouldn't play Mohamed Kudus and Kamadin Suleimana together. No, no way. So overall, that's how I see it. I was telling one of the blokes on the WhatsApp group that we can't blame coaches. Sometimes it
Oh, that
has
was me.
nothing
You
to
have
do
me
with
wrong.
coaches. You know, a coach will give you individual plan and a team plan. At the end of the
Okay.
day, if you don't go out there and do your best and you messed up, we can't be blaming coaches. Because you might think, oh, I'm going to change the coach today. Tomorrow, the new coach will come. It will be the same situation. So I think with Ghana, the problem is our players. The players are selfish. They're not giving away. They're not giving away. They're not feeding the striker. How?
So
How can
Fred,
you?
let me ask you, what do you think of the formation? Like, what do you think this 4-2-3-1 makes sense for
Yeah,
this
4 to
team,
3 1.
or should they be doing something else?
Yes, I think the coach tactics is quite good. You
Okay.
know, there's nothing wrong with what he's doing. I think the players needs to be spoken. Then we need to speak to them. Look, when you get to the 18-yard box, it's either you shoot for goal or you lay off pass, right?
Okay.
You can see them. They're not communicating well when they get to the opposition box.
That's
Okay,
true.
at some point they don't know who is to shoot. First half game, they don't know who's finishing, right? So at the end of the day, I think with a couple of games we'll get it, but we shouldn't really expect them to do well because they're just getting together in 1 day, 2 days, coming together, training. You can't
Sure.
really expect them much. But my problem with individual is Amate. Amate is too off his head. Okay, Amate, and he almost wasted my night because I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch the game. No,
He's
when
four-
you
he's
when a
40, he's
defender,
40 years old, man. He's 40
no,
years
no,
old.
no,
Relax for our captain.
Is
Relax
he
for
like 28
our
or
captain.
no. Your
Amate was
captain,
our
no,
captain.
your captain is not showing maturity. To be honest, because even me, of course, I don't play professional football, but I mean, we all know if a defender is behind you, you have more. Amate had more in control to decide whatever he wants to do with the ball. You can either hit the ball out or pass it to the keeper. So why would you behind, you know, hitting the player behind? And it's 50-50. A ref could call that or doesn't call that. And obviously it didn't go our way. It went against us. But these are some of the games I watch Amate all the time doing. He does that all the time. Why?
No, he's right. He's right. He's right.
I
He
think
does
see,
that.
honestly,
He's right.
okay.
He's right.
Amate, watch
Sorry.
Amate. Whether at club level, playing for country,
Yeah.
he does that all the time.
It's true. It's true. No doubt about it. It's true. That is why Leicester City went to sign another centre back. At first, it was Amate and Fais. They were pairing, but still, it wasn't working. So they need to go and bring in. I've forgotten the name. Is it Sutur or
I think it's
some
Yonchu.
tall?
Yonchu. Yonchu.
But it's
Yes, yes.
it's still not working.
You know, because
But it's better.
because Ghana
It's better than Amate. It's better
because
than
Ghana
Amate.
could have lost. We could have easily won this game.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't Amate,
Yeah.
it was a win. And
No,
I
but
think,
but to be fair, that wasn't a penalty, man.
oh,
If
No,
if,
But
if,
the thing is,
if,
it was
if we had
clumsy.
if,
know what he did?
It
if we
was
had
clumsy.
VAR,
He put his
no,
arm on the man's shoulder.
Would Vieira change
Amate had
that?
Amate had the ball. Amate was the one who had the ball, and the guy tried to come in front of Amate. So is that
Yeah,
is
but
the guy who initiated the
You
tackle?
can't raise that.
you know,
that
it was a
arm.
it was a penalty. It was a penalty. It
No,
was a
It was
penalty.
the
it was
guy.
clumsy.
Okay.
Amate
The guy
was clumsy.
initiated the tackle.
Simple.
Go look at the replay.
I'm coming.
If you look at
No, Osikeni,
Hello,
it was a
hello,
penalty.
hello, hello.
It was a
Please,
penalty.
please,
Why?
I'm coming.
It was a
I'm coming.
penalty because
Okay,
the ref called it as a penalty. It's a 50-50 call. The problem is my problem is
Okay.
you don't have VAR. Don't give a chance.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You don't
No,
give
but-
a chance for you to be in that situation. And then you go to the ref and say, oh, it wasn't penalty. Well, it was.
No, but-
you know, at the
But
end
was,
of the day.
to be fair, it was the guy who initiated the tackle. It wasn't Amate because the guy was behind him. It's true.
No,
Go
that guy
watch
was
it.
That's irrelevant though. That's irrelevant. Because
Well,
he
You know,
got
that's
him in the box.
irrelevant.
He got
Now-
him in the box.
No.
And the
If
easiest
there
thing
was VAR, I'm sure the
But-
referee would have overturned
there
it.
wasn't VAR.
There wasn't so well. But
Exactly.
if there were,
But you don't
he would
take
have, because
chances like that.
I watched it again and I realized that Amate was the one who had the ball. He was in front of the guy. So the guy tried to come in front of Amate, and in that struggle, they both fell. There was a triangle.
That's what I'm trying to say. But the thing is, it was our box though.
If anyone did the tackle, it was the guy who tackled Amate. So if the referee saw that again, he would have changed it. Because for it to be a foul, Amate should be the one who initiates the tackle.
You know,
But it was
you
still
know.
a foul though. You agree it was
Okay,
still a
no,
foul?
it's all right.
No,
It's all right.
not a foul.
Let's.
If the guy is the one who initiated the tackle, then it's a foul on Amate, not on the on.
So then
on
there
the
shouldn't
guy.
have been a penalty then, right? There shouldn't have been a
Yes.
penalty.
There
But it
shouldn't have
was.
been.
Meaning that it was
No,
a foul.
That's the way the referee saw it. But I'm saying if there was,
Exactly. So we don't own the referee. That's an independent decision. So what we have
That's
control
correct.
is
Yeah.
what he
Yeah,
needs
we
to
have
do.
control. Yeah.
Exactly. We don't have
Pretend like
control over the
Amate didn't
referee.
pursue
no,
a
but
challenge
that
to
was a
Presley.
wrong call.
It's just like Salisus. You remember that penalty in the World Cup?
Exactly, exactly.
That's what, so
Yeah.
we never have the benefit of the doubt. So we need to protect ourselves. Don't put yourself
Yes.
in that position. But with him, you just saw it coming.
No, but
He's that
what
clumsy.
my point over here is you can't say you wouldn't put yourself in that position because the players are also attacking you. Now Amate has the
No,
ball. The guy
No,
also
no,
wants
no,
the ball.
no. To be honest with you, we have to call it out how it is. Amate does it all the time. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to
He
say.
was, yeah, he does. No.
We
We have
need.
to accept
I'm
this.
with
Okay.
him. We need maturity. We need
Alright,
maturity
we
from our
need-
senior
If
player.
you've got for
Yeah.
a senior player, you've got the ball is with you. Why would you push the player? Like, come on.
You didn't have
You know,
to. You didn't have to do
You
that.
didn't have to.
You didn't have to do that.
No, my point is he didn't push the player. The player pushed him. Go watch the
But
replay again.
but
You
the
see
thing
it.
is,
Go on,
the thing is,
he
Ronaldo,
did
it's
push
in our
the- he
box.
did push
No,
the
I went
player.
back. I went
He
back
did
to have a
push
look.
the
Ronaldo, it's in our box, right? It's in our box.
Yeah.
If anyone goes now, they get the benefit of the doubt. We don't get it.
That's correct. That's correct.
But listen,
So
I
Seth-
get your point. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's already a call. No, Osikan, let me make a point. It's not like I disagree with what you say. Like, yeah, it's a penalty. He could have handled it better. But what I'm saying is that the tackle was initiated by the Angolan player, and their legs got caught up, and they fell. So it wasn't like Amate is the one who tackled him. That's what
So
I'm saying. That's all I'm
come
saying.
Amate always finds himself in those sort of positions every time though?
Why wasn't he quick
Oh,
enough
Why is it
to
always
get the
Amate?
ball before the guy?
Why
maybe
always but finally
Result.
it was a penalty.
maybe
I think we
our
can move on
midfield should
from
also
there.
be blamed. Maybe our
No,
midfield should also be
And
blamed.
guess who
the
messed up
last
the
game.
midfield? The
No,
Look,
coach.
no,
even
You
the
say?
last game we played.
no, not you.
Even the last game we played in Kumasi, he was a
Yeah.
bit, he was a bit like that too.
Yeah, but we
I
haven't
know.
got a choice.
He's old.
We haven't
He's
got a
old.
choice.
It's not the same.
But
it's not the
we
same
haven't
player.
got a choice. Who's the other
The first
defender
game
that's
we
coming?
didn't have
I'm
any other
asking for Patrick Pfeiffer. What is that guy? That guy's like 6'20".
He's injured.
Where is he?
He's injured.
Where
He's
is he?
injured. He's injured.
He's injured.
I
He's
see.
injured. Yeah.
So there's no other defender.
No. Right now it's
Like a poor
a
What
guy
about
they call.
there was a few German defenders that naturalized.
Both
There's
they
another one.
are all injured. Ambrosius.
So they all
He's also injured.
naturalized when they went to injury. That's just great.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Okay. So I didn't finish yet. Yeah, because I've got one more
Sorry.
point. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So my other point is, you see, the reason why most of the African teams, they're not doing so well, because you've got half of your players playing all in Europe. Yeah. Let's think about it. Imagine half or 80% of these players were playing in their own country. Then that will mean that they will get used to the players that they are playing.
I
at
have to
home.
interject here. I think that's just completely false. I stay in South Africa.
Okay.
South Africa use a lot of their local players, and they're still absolutely terrible. Sorry, it's just not true.
No, they don't have the skill. But how about Zambia?
No, have you seen them?
How about Zambia?
They're a decent team. I'm sorry, they just
No.
it's just not true. I'm sorry.
But how about
So
Zambia?
you reckon it's not that true because of one country?
Well,
Come
Fred,
on,
I'll say
let's
this,
not do
Fred.
this.
I'll
Egypt do the
back
same.
you up in
England
this
do the same.
point.
How successful are they in this current day?
To a certain
I
point,
don't think it's a
Fred,
huge factor.
I think Fred, a better point is that I think, like for instance, Ghana needs a state-of-the-art training facility. So when players come back, there's a real facility. And I think
Yeah,
that's
who's gonna maintain
that's the weakness. The weakness is they come back, then they're sort of staying at some hotel, and then they're going to a pitch that doesn't look like it's in shit. The whole thing is a bit disjointed. If you go to Western countries, they'll have a training facility that has been built for the national team just to make sure they are ready. And that's the weakness. And that's why Morocco did well, because they built a facility for them to specifically train. And that's, I'd agree with you, Fred. That's really what it is, more so than playing in the same country. We do things, I don't know why, some haphazardly, and just think that magically things will work out because everybody's talented. But there's a lot of organization to the whole thing. And that's like, I don't know if you remember Brazil World Cup. Germany before went to Brazil and built their own facility.
That's
in
true.
Brazil. These are the type of things that you have to do if you want.
They built a whole village.
Yes. And
That's
this is the weakness.
Wow.
We're talking about Ghana though.
Hey, exactly my point.
Let's be real.
Ghana is
We're
not gonna
talking
do
about
Let me tell
Ghana.
you something. When I go to Ghana,
Have you seen Pram Pram? Have you seen what's going on there?
It's not good.
Pram. No,
It's not
don't
good.
bring Pram.
I saw a video.
Don't
It
bring
didn't
Pram
look too
into
good.
the discussion.
Like, obviously, it's nice to compare to the Western world, but we need to come back on.
Hey, the guy made a point. What's going on? What's going on in Pram Pram? I'd like to know.
It's a bad.
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
You don't want to know
What's going on there? You should go and see.
I'm coming. Right now, the only project going on in Pram is the Bet Power Premier League's pitch that they are constructing for them. I don't know. Is it $400,000 or something pitch? And my goodness, it's not.
Who's going to maintain it? Who's going to maintain it? Who's going to maintain it?
It's a question for the
Are there,
boss, though. You know?
there,
Well, he's
no,
a myth.
there's a problem
He's a
even
myth.
building it. There's a problem even building it. You are talking about maintenance.
But you know what? But you know what? Like for me, I don't really count all these stuff as a factor of whether we will improve or not. Because back in the days, we've always had not much,
It was close.
and we
It
were
was
doing
close
well,
football.
and we were doing well. So I
But
really
things have moved on now, though. Things have
Fred,
moved
you know
on.
what?
So things need to be structured.
Ghana is a country that we have the talents, but after getting the talents, we do not improve them. Look at the players who are performing well right now. Most of them did not improve in Ghana.
no. Osikani, stop there. Stop, please. Sorry. We are hyping a lot of players. To be honest with you, a lot of players are being hyped.
Them because they are the players.
No, they really they be hyped. Like someone like Mohamed Kudus.
Oh,
We don't
please
see-
don't go there.
we don't
Don't go
see
there.
what-
Oh, no.
Kudus is
Don't go
good.
there. Don't go
Oh,
there.
no,
that's a
let's-
great
let's-
player.
Oh, don't go there.
We don't see we don't see
take
much.
Kamadu. You let's go to Kamadu.
We're gonna
Don't go to
pretend
Kamadu.
like
Don't do
he
that.
didn't actually perform in the World Cup. Let's not do
See,
that.
you did not see
distinctive
Kudus.
player.
You did not see Kudus against Angola. It's not the fact that you didn't see him in the World Cup.
No,
Before the
short
World
term
Cup,
memory.
Kudus was
No,
playing well.
please.
Kudus
Don't go
has
to
been
Kudus.
consistent
Starboy.
for the
Don't go
past-
to Starboy. Starboy there. No, there you.
You're giving players star boy and whatnot, and it makes them feel.
No,
Fred
but
is
Fred,
Starboy.
it just makes them-
even in Ajax, even in Ajax,
It makes
he's a
them-
star boy.
It makes them too
Even in
like
Ajax,
I
he's a
feel
star
like
boy.
some balls they have to release
I know,
it,
but
and
you
because they
need
call
a star
themselves
boy.
star
Look,
boy, they
Look
don't.
at us now. There's Saka. Saka is a star boy there. So which we need Kudus. So
Oh, but
let us
Bukayo Saka deserve it though because he's really good.
But the thing is,
okay.
he went through a system. He went through a system, though, Frederick. You need to understand the comparison. It's
But
two
why do you
different
say
things.
Bukayo?
He's really
It's
good, to be honest,
let's
and I
put-
call
let's-
him a star boy because he's really
England.
it's really true.
No, there was England and there was Ghana. Let's be real. He went through a system. He's 21. He went through a system. Kudus fought for where he is. He fought. No one took him there. He fought.
See, in Ghana,
You know, so for our players, they need to strive to get there.
Sure, a player has to fight.
So we
for his
hype
own
them when we
get-
see talent, like, okay, you know what, this guy, not in a negative way. Not in a negative way at all. But I do understand what you're trying to say.
But
But could you the star boy in him? But don't, you can't now and
Yes,
But
sir.
Fred, you have to be a bit listening. As for Kudus, even the whole world,
No.
the people are
Kudus, don't
talking
go,
about.
Oh no, I think you guys are hyping him too much. Too much.
Oh, we need a
It's not us. No,
we
it's
like
the
it.
whole
We
world.
want to. We need a star boy. Just one.
No,
Just one.
no.
Just
But Fred,
one.
even if you listen to
Nigeria is
ESPN, if you listen
No,
to
I think-
ESPN, if you listen to any sports platform after the World Cup,
Yeah.
everybody's talking about Kudus. In the
Okay,
UEFA
so I want
Champions
to
League, people were
so I
talking
want to
about
ask a
Kudus.
question. I want to ask a question.
Fire
Have
away.
you all played? Have you sort of played soccer in the past?
I have.
Okay.
You have. Was it Kenny? Have you?
I play, but not professional.
What about you? What about you, my South African friend?
I know what you're going to say, so I don't want to answer the question.
What's the question?
None of us here are good enough to talk about anybody, but we are fans, though. We're fans.
Yeah, we are.
So I think if you play the game, it's a bit different how you take it if you're a footballer and just a normal fan. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
I know the fans will love him, calling him a star boy, but for somebody like me who has played the game and I'm still playing, I feel like some of his finishes are very, very bad. And you know, that title, I wouldn't give him that title. But yes, Bukayo Saka, I'll give him that title because it's brilliant. He finished it clean.
No, but
You know,
Fred,
so-
Fred,
brilliant as well.
Fred, do you watch Ajax a lot?
Oh, Charlie, I subscribe,
No,
bro.
but
I didn't watch them.
No, because I've been hearing, I heard about Kudus, Starboy. So now I'm scouting him. So I watch his game.
Okay. So
I've been scouting him.
maybe that's the reason why you're saying that, because if you watch the Eredivisie, they don't play with him. He's a star boy. I think he's a poster boy for the league.
No,
He's a
I
poster boy
get
for-
you. I
Don't
get
go
you.
there.
I've been
Don't go there,
scouting him,
bruh.
so I'm watching only him. I've been only watching Kudus, right? And I think I wouldn't give him that title, star boy.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. He's my star boy. He's not yours. Yeah, that's fine. I get
No
it.
worries.
It's not a problem.
But
No
next
problem.
time your star boy has to give me a go because he almost messed up my night.
But he gave you 2 goals. He gave you 2 goals in the World Cup. Who else did that? He gave you 2 goals.
That's the pass. That's the pass, brother. Come on.
Oh, come on. You want him to score in every game. Come on.
I think we can be critical, but at the same time, if a player deserves it, I think it's important to make them know that they are good. You know, they can't improve. Like I talk about Kamadin.
No. He has to. He would improve, but
you know,
yeah.
he's a
But
great talent.
you can't compare Bukayo Saka with Mohamed Kudus. That's way big gap.
Kudus is a talent.
Why not?
Bukayo Saka is growing up in England.
He's comparing those two.
I think you can. Kudus proved himself at that World Cup. To me, he proved himself. I mean,
And even the UEFA.
Look, I saw him.
So are you saying that you'd have Saka over Kudus in your team?
Let's move on.
Definitely.
I've got both. Me, I've got both of them. I've got Kudus as my 10, Saka on them.
I think Kudus has done well by helping us to really like.
No, we can get better from him. He can be influential.
And Mohamed Kudus. Every now and then, these bloggers are coming. Oh, he worth $70 million. Oh, $100 million. Oh, every day Kudus is going to different club. Come on, bloggers.
Yeah, but there's no one else going anywhere apart from him. Who else is going? Who?
But that's the truth.
Which other player is going where? Who?
Kudus will move in the summer. That's it. Kudus will move.
He's a talent. Like he's a talent. I understand he needs to be refined, but he's just got things that naturally you can't teach. Yes, he hugs the ball. But sometimes hugging the ball creates chances as well. Maybe he overdoes it sometimes. I agree. And those are the things that he can improve on. Because he's going to be He's going to be very influential for us.
See,
who other players? I know Jordan.
The last time I actually studied Kudus, one attribute which is not really with Kudus is his passing. He's not really a good passer of the ball, to the main striker. That is why the ex-Ajax coach Alfred should have decided to get him closer to the pole so that at least he immediately get the ball. He's
a finisher.
Yes. So if you play Kudus in the number 10 role, the whole season in Ajax, I think he's given only 4 key passes, all the matches he has played. So when you play Kudus in the number 10 row or number 8 row, there's a high probability that he's not going to give true passes and those key passes that you want in the game. When he gets the ball, he wants to take on, finish the ball. That is why you have to get him closer to the pole or play him on the rings. That would be better. So
he plays well defensively as well,
Yes, I think it is still a work in progress.
Yeah, he's very good defensively.
Because he likes to, that counter attack.
Yes, Vinicius, like some 3 years ago, he was highly criticized, but now he's, if not the most important player in Madrid, I don't know which player again. So I think it is a work in progress. Kudus will come.
No, I think it's good to criticize him because then we know we want him to do better. So there's nothing wrong with it.
Anyways, today my man of the match was Atizigi. Anyone would disagree with that?
He impressed me. I wouldn't give him man of the match, but he impressed me. More confidence.
So
he has more confidence.
So who was your man of the match? Are you Andre? I think Ayu would have been
the goal scorer.
Yeah, I think he's the man of the match.
Oh yeah, no, to come on and do what he did.
Yeah.
And he's Bukhari is always direct.
Every time
he's not. Yeah. He doesn't do the Kamadi movement. He hasn't got time for that. He just goes, get the ball in there. Kamadi will dance, and leave the ball somewhere. I don't know what the hell is going on there. No. That's my only problem with Kamadi.
Osman Bukhari is up to the task all the time.
He is
all the time.
He comes on and he does the job. He doesn't dance on the ball because we don't need. We all are dancers. I know how to dance. I don't need to watch.
But I rate Painston as well because what in that key Painston link up. That's the first time we saw Inaki actually move.
Yeah, do
You know, the
something.
guy is a
Yeah.
winger. He's a wing
He
forward. Why the hell are we playing in the middle?
he was the
He
one
doesn't
who
know
did
how
that
to move in the
1-2,
middle.
right?
Yeah, he did. He did that.
That was Pencil. Oh, that was
Who else was going to do
Williams
that?
and
It,
Pencil.
Who else was going to
Okay,
do that?
yeah.
okay. I couldn't
So
tell who
Painter
that
was
was.
mine. He definitely got me excited. The pace, no,
Wow.
no,
It
no,
was
no. That's what
wonderful.
Kamaldeen needs to be doing. Kamaldeen can do that, but the final product, that passing, if he was passing to Bakari, that ball wasn't going to the box. The
Yeah.
ball was
True.
not going
I
into the
agree.
box. That's the
I agree
difference
with
that
you.
Kamaldeen needs to
Look,
do.
but overall, I think that I don't know who came up with picking Edmond Addo into this team. I have no idea what went on
Oh,
behind the
we
scenes.
were trying to build his
It's a
confidence,
coach.
Sakura.
This is
You
why
see,
I was saying you shouldn't
the way
absolve
he
him from
scored the other
captaincy.
time, we had to build him up small. We had to start him.
You,
Yeah.
you
Or
see, you see
we're
that?
just giving him a second chance, are we?
Yeah,
You
we
see
wanted
that?
to, before we kick him out, we had to make sure he was true that he wasn't
Because
good.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee you this time, if he gets kicked out, he's not coming back.
Listen, don't worry, we'll sign it together. We'll sign it.
You be
Don't worry
sure.
about that. We'll sign it.
You black.
Hey,
You want to
another problem
crucify
I
the guy
have.
right now.
Gideon Mensah. What's going on with Gideon Mensah?
No,
Too much.
we don't have any other defenders, so you let's leave him there, okay? There's no one there.
We're
No,
not
If he
no,
goes,
bro.
that's
Sorry,
it.
We want our Barbara
what's
man.
going on with Gideon
No,
Mensah?
not Baba Rahman.
Who am I?
Please.
Who?
Barbara man. We want our Barbara
Are
man.
you sure?
No, no,
Why?
no, no. But
Why?
honestly, no. But honestly, we
But
listen.
you know, guys, right now,
Honestly, Barbara man's
it seems
crosses are way better.
Yeah, but
His
he's
crosses
injured though.
always funny.
Is he not
Yeah.
injured?
Oh, he's injured.
He
Yeah.
can't
right
run.
now. Hello.
And we need
Sorry.
Wakasu
Right now,
back.
we just
Hey,
have to let the viewers know
Ronaldo.
that we are heading to the end of the stream. So right now we are all discussing, like, because
Ronaldo,
there's no
stop.
problem now.
Don't do that. Don't be calling Wakaso. No. Come on. Don't start. No. That's not fun. Huh?
Okay,
Wakaso.
so let's do it. Let's do it a little bit formal. Before we end the stream in some 20 minutes time, I think it's 50 minutes past 11 in Ghana. So yes, that's a lot of people are now logging out. Let's take it 5 minutes each. Hey, someone has even joined. Let me add. Okay. So we are going to do
What's
5
going on
minutes.
with Gideon Mensah? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Expectations. Fred, you are muted. Fred. So 5 minutes each. Tell us your concerns about the team. Then going forward, what you want Coach Christian or the GFA to do going forward. 5 minutes each. Then I think that is where we will see how things. So let me begin from Fred. Fred, begin for us.
All right. Look, I think moving forward, what does Chris needs to change? I think he needs to call other players. He needs to give different. He needs to get rid of Edmond Addo, give someone the chance.
Okay.
Atizigi is all right. We don't need Wallacott, please.
We don't have anyone else. Sorry.
I think those two lateral players needs to be spoken to, Kamaldeen and the other one. Oh my God, my mom rang me. Why?
Jordan.
Mom just rang me, man. I'm doing my submission, Mom.
Let's go.
I don't know. I mean, I think for me.
No, I'll come back to you. So different person should continue.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm speaking then. All right. Okay. So what he said got me laughing. Forgive me. Okay, so I don't think. For me, I think the whole team defensively as a unit, there's a problem. There's a huge problem. I feel, I feel we allow balls to go through the midfield easily and exposing our defenders a lot of most of the time. So I think Chris Hughton should work on that. How the team is going to, where the players should stand to reduce the options for other teams attacking us. That's one. And Edmond Adu too was a problem. I agree with that.
Yeah,
he was played out. Oh, I wouldn't say he has to go, but he was played out of position. I don't think he was the man for the position they gave him. For our defenders to, well, they did all right. At least they only allowed one goal. But I think they can do better. Edu, because he has not played in a while for the Black Stars, we can pardon him a bit. He wasn't the best.
You give him more time to make more mistakes. That's one thing.
No. Oh,
that's one thing.
No, but of course, if I had other players, I'll start them, because looking at Edu at Celta Vigo, he's not bad. He's not bad.
But in the Black Stars, we are not talking about Black Stars.
Yeah, he has not played in the Black Stars for a while, so it's understandable. I mean, I was expecting this, and that is what he gave me. So I'm not too surprised. But I think, like you said about the other players, he needs to build confidence. I think Inaki also lacks a bit of confidence, because sometimes, when he gets a chance, the way he scuffs out the ball, and I think, well, if you look at him, he's played in Bilbao all his life. This is the first time he's actually changing his team, so it's like a whole cultural shock for him. So I think he still doesn't have that confidence to play. So he's not a player that I think we should be starting like we always do. I think we should be. Oh, what I'm going to say is controversial.
Say it.
For the Arrowhead, I'll start Dede Ayew.
Andrew Ayew, I know.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Let him say it's fine.
No. I think in the box, Andre has proven that in the box
for 90 minutes.
Not for 90 minutes. I'll take him off at a point, of course. He's not. He's not that.
Which point? Which part? When we are 1-0 down or 2-0 down? Which one?
Oh, Andrea, you can give you goals. Did you disagree with that?
I don't disagree with that.
Okay, so I think Andrea Ayew is a player that if we have good wingers to connect to him, he can give us the goals. So I'll prefer him to Inaki at the moment. I think Inaki at the moment is lacking in confidence a bit.
Yeah, so someone was asking the Arrowhead. Wendy is here. Yes, that. So it's just like playing one striker, letting him lead the line. When the formation is like in the form of arrow, then he will be the only man leading the line. So Wendy,
I don't think Dede can do that on his own.
To me, I don't think so, but that is Nanado. Nanado always believes in it.
Nanado is the president, so we understand. Dede can't do that too. Dede cannot do. He can't hold up. He's not running. Can you not see he's not running? Nanado is not running, no.
Follow the president.
If he has another striker next to him, then he can get goals.
But he wins his 50-50 balls most of the time.
Nanado, you're serious here. Stop with that thing.
Okay, so well, I'm being serious. I think he's a no, but between him and Inaki Williams, I'll go for Dede. That is me. I'll go for Dede.
because you know he's your captain. He scored goals. You trust him.
No, because Inaki is not cutting it for me. He's not doing it.
So you see that flick that he did for
Dede can
Benfield.
do that too.
No, you won't find Dede on that wing. I'm telling you.
Oh,
He will not be
can
running
find
there. He won't be running past that
Okay, so,
Okay, so
Nanado, your final words so that we move to next person.
oh,
Please.
I think well, the team is being built. Like someone earlier said, let's just allow the coach. He's going to try some people. Yeah,
Okay. Someone is asking us. She said, "Can women join?" It looks like it's all male dominated. She's not happy about it.
Yes. So I have replied. I've replied yes in the comment
Okay.
box. I want to
Okay,
link
so-
to the
Has
link
she seen the
so
link?
that she can join via the link I'll post in there.
Yeah.
All right, so
Has she seen the
Osikani,
link?
I guess that's all. So I think there's more room for improvement there. I think we are also our team is also hit with injuries. So I think when the other players come, I think we should be good to go. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. That's another for you, telling us that right now we need to use Andrea Yu as the arrowhead, the main man up front, and he's going to give us goals. Okay, so let me. Frederick is back, so let him finish his point. Frederick, you were on a certain road.
Oh no, I'll have to listen to all of them, and then later
Okay,
on
all right.
I'll make mine.
Then you combine everything.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's
All
correct.
right.
'Cause
Then let me go to Britanzi. Yes. Tell us your last words, your general impression going forward. What should the coach do, or the FA, or anyone around the Black Stars?
Going forward, I'd like to see the younger players like Barnier, Cardine, Patel. I like them to go back to the under-23. That's me personally. I feel like there's a lot of tournaments to be won there as well, and they can form that cohesion right from the grassroots. And so then we're moving them into the Black Stars. They've played with each other. They know each other. There's that understanding. We're building something with them as well. That's one thing. And obviously with the current Black Stars, the keeper, we don't really have much of a choice. He's proved himself. I think he's better than what we thought he was. The defenders, I've always said, I didn't trust Amate and Edu, both of them. They're just warning hazards. They're just waiting to kick off. You just can't trust them. We need a bit of height at the back. We definitely need some height. So obviously, Jaku Salisu, great. Amate, back up. But Edu, probably not. He's solid. I like Shinna, Kingsley. He did really well. Obviously, when we want to get the other right back, he's injured now, isn't he? I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Dennis Lamptey?
No. Saidu.
Saidu.
Yes. Like he put in a great shift. So we're great. Well, hopefully that injury is not going to be a major setback for him to come back, because he did really well. And we need to get another left back apart from Idi Mensah. He's solid, but he can't
Baba
be.
Rahman is coming back.
Oh no, he's not coming back to the team. He's coming back to watch, not to the team. So that's me. That's my opinion. We need another left back, because Gideon can't get exposed. Edmonado as well. I feel like.
Which left back are you talking about? Which left back?
I'm saying we need another one.
Yeah, but right now we have Baba. You say you don't like Baba. So which one?
Another, you are gone. Another, you are gone. We are not here. Honestly, Baba Rahman was great. He got injured, and he's lost that form. He can't track back. That's my only thing. He's a great player, but right now he can't track back. Yeah. Reece James and Ben Chilwell, what they do, he can't do that anymore. Let's be straight, because we'll get exposed every single time. We want to be solid, so let's build it. It looks like we might have to get a few more German players, because they're all coming from there. That's what's going on. So maybe we should go back and look in. We might find a left back from there as well. You never know. And midfield, I think we've got enough in there. I don't think Baba Idris is coming back. I think Salis is taking his spot.
Our lady says that
Oh.
here is she says she's going to a football school. So after
Oh.
football school, she will join us next time.
And I definitely like
Oh, I just realized there's no female in here. Okay, sure.
yeah, it'd be great to have them. I definitely like to see Kamode improve his final third. He's got the pace, but the pace without any end product is useless. He needs to improve that final third. Then
Yeah.
when the best of pace comes, he can do what Joseph Payne still does as well. And then we can get clarity on both. Both carry stats for me. And I still keep Kudus in the 10. I like what Jordan did in the end when he played him as a 10. He looked actually good when he switched into the 10 because he was experienced and he was able to draw fouls in. So I like that. Maybe
utility player.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that we don't have Jeffrey Schlupp, but that's another story altogether. So yeah, the strikers. I still think we should give Inaki a chance, but I prefer if he played with someone. He's not great as a lone striker, I think, but if he's paired or playing on the wings, he's able to come out and then get like Kudus goes in there and gain chances. I also need to find out my striker. I need to see Ransford, Connie Stuff as well. I haven't seen him.
Okay.
I like to get a chance to see him as well in the Black Stars. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. The grassroots, under 23s, if they can really work with a solid team, they've got a couple of good youngsters over there. Give us another 2-3 years, we won't know where they are. They'll be all missing, and we'll need to do another Fefa cover from somewhere. So I think it's very important to just try and keep the core if we're really serious about it. And yeah, that's my thought. Yeah.
And we need Benjamin Tete back.
Thank you.
No, please.
No, you should stay there. You should stay there. What that? You stay there.
Let me come
to how many goals do you score?
The truth. Please, your final submission.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My number one thing with this team is I see this team is very talented, but the problem is a sports psychologist is needed. I'm telling you, there's something about this team where they can't seem to put together a complete match. Where they play well, and that's, I think, some type of psychological issue. And then they'll always give you a small 20-minute period where, like, we have a great team. And then you're always wondering why we can't get that every single minute. we just can't get that. Once we have this psychology correct, I feel this team can certainly can win an AFCON. And who knows, at a World Cup, depending on the grouping and the matchups, they could go far. But, I like the coach we have. So there's hope with this coach, I believe. I just think we have to have the confidence to move away from the old names. Everybody has their time. I mean, the IUs, as much as I like them, we might need to move away from them. Amate, yes, we have to move away from him. I mean, we have to just be a young team that is hungry and goes out every match believing that they are the best. And that's the key to the whole thing. You have to believe. And sometimes when you watch the Black Stars, it's like sort of like you see talents, but they don't really believe they're the best. And when I watch Senegal play, Senegal plays like they believe they are the best. When they play a team in these qualifiers, they punish the teams they're playing. You notice that. They play like, hey, you don't belong on the field with us. We are above you. And they punish the other team. Black Stars always play to the level of their opponent. And this is dangerous because, when you do that, anything can happen. Like even today could have been a disaster had the coach not done the right substitutions. We could have ended up with a loss in this match, to be frank. I mean, just by accident. But, there's hope. I see hope in this team, actually. but I think they have to work on their minds in a certain
Yeah.
and that also I think comes from whoever the new captain is going to be. I don't know who
It's Partey, isn't it?
he is, but I
No,
don't
it's
think
Andre Ayew.
It's Andrea
Oh
you.
yeah.
It's Andrea you. What are you guys talking about?
You guys want
you
to
have to
kick him
thank
out
him.
or what?
You have to thank him
It's
for
No,
his
Andrea
services.
you.
I mean, I was
You have
talking
to
about
thank
on the
him for
Kick him
his
out
field.
or what?
On the field, it was obviously Partey, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Partey is not.
No, it was Amate.
How should I
Oh,
say
Ah,
this?
hey, Charlie. So
You
not
know
say.
who was good. You know who was good. Stephen Appiah was a type of captain who made the players feel like, yeah, we are a world class team, and that was
Oh,
his strength. And when you would watch the Black Stars, then you could sort of feel a certain confidence with the team. You know, like remember if you remember those times, Black Stars in qualifiers, in African qualifiers, you knew there wasn't even a
yeah.
question about it. Like these type of matches, you knew they were winning the match. like
Obviously, yeah.
that was just how it was. Now
Yeah.
we watch these matches and we don't know what is going to happen because there's not that type of leader who believes that all these other countries know they can't play with Ghana. that's how the team was not too
No,
long.
it's true. I think
But
it's
we've
true.
lost that little edge, and you can see it, whenever we're
Yeah.
playing, particularly these qualifier matches. Like Angola, to be very frank, should be in fear of the players we have on the field. But it doesn't seem like that fear is there, so they sort of get comfortable. Like the way in the beginning of the match they felt they could attack, and I remember watching matches, in the Stephen Appiah days where in a qualifier against some of these teams, like Ghana would literally have the ball 80% of the time. The other team would just want to sit back and pray that Ghana doesn't score. That was how it was. But now it's a little different. I think these teams feel they can really play against Ghana. And
Not only Ghana. Not only Ghana.
yeah,
I
and we
think
need.
teams have improved as well. Like
That's
teams have
true.
improved.
That's a good point. Teams have improved.
No,
But I think
but the countries that win tournaments and trophies, they are the same countries who are winning.
Yeah, but they've been playing together for a longer time, though, Skinny. This
There's no
record couple 2 days ago, they just collected them together to come and pass balls. You can't expect them to play the way the Senegalese are playing. It's not going to happen.
yeah.
If we keep cutting and chopping, that's what's going to happen.
We need one powerful win, and I wanted it to happen in these two games, and it didn't. We need one sort of win that puts fear into other teams. Like they need to beat somebody like seriously.
Maybe Madagascar.
we
can beat.
Like this Angola matchup, like for instance, in Kumasi on Thursday, I was hoping that was going to be an outstanding performance. In as much as the last second victory was great and everything, but I wanted it to be a definitive victory so that other
but
teams.
Have you checked the Angolan players? They are good though.
They're good.
Oh no, they're good though.
They're good, but I'll be honest with you. They're good, but I'll be honest with you. Angola's finishing is worse than ours.
Players. They are good.
No, but Atizigi made some saves. He made some really good saves, though.
He did.
I think the keeper made a huge difference. Yeah,
he did make good saves,
he
but
made some good
Angola's
saves.
finishing is bad. Like their number 7 is like our Kamadine. He's interesting to watch. He's exciting.
That's your fine shot right there.
But he was bad. Number 7 was he was very exciting to watch, but his finishing was bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like
do you guys know Kamadine? Kamadine is in this chat. Kamadine is listening.
Oh, it's crazy. No, we need better pitches though. We need better pitches. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
we need
pitch
better
was
pitches.
terrible. They were slipping.
The
The beginning of the match, they're slipping on the pitch. I mean,
Yeah,
then you watch some of these. I mean, you watch a European match and you look at the pitch, and you're
see, that's
wondering.
why Kudus was struggling. You know, he's used to better
That's a
pitches.
goal.
This one, he
So,
can't do that.
Kudus personal aid.
But anyway, I guess I don't want to take too much time. But I have hope in the team. That's what I'll say. I have hope in the team. It's just going to take some mental work.
I agree. We need to get rid of the old ones. They need to get out.
Amati.
Thank you.
The day are you? The day are you?
Yes,
You go eventually. You go eventually.
I wanted to talk
Finally,
but Wendy wants free.
Supreme. Tell us, going forward, what should the coach do? What should we Ghanaians and everyone involved in Black Stars going forward?
Okay, so
5 minutes. Yeah.
Chris Hughton has had his first 2 games. It's a work in progress. I believe there are things that he needs to improve. I don't think he should be absolved from criticism. I think it's completely unacceptable the way we got dominated for the first 60, 65 minutes. I think the team needs clear improvements, and he definitely has the power to do that. There were players on his bench and there were players on the pitch where he could have structured them in a way that could have been better. At the same time, I believe the players, yes, a lot of them have to step up. Definitely, Kudus should work a bit on finding that vision, releasing the ball better. Kamaldeen, both on knowing when to release the ball and knowing what to do after completing the dribble. But all in all, the coach has had a good analysis of and a feel of what it's like to coach in international football. So I think it's very important that he really studies the players that he has in this particular crop, and also play other players that he didn't pick, so that the next time he'll be a lot more prepared with the pitches, with the humidity, the weather, things like that. And that way, it'll be important that the team thrives a lot better than they did last time. So yeah, I just think a lot of players needed to step up. I think Joseph Paintsel did a good job for himself.
Sure.
Players like Kamaldeen did struggle. There's players like Amate who, fans they have a bone to pick with him. I think in defense, we will need to revamp it a bit. I do need to see a lot more combinations to see what works. In left back, Gideon Mensah. I'm so disappointed with him because he plays in a good league, but the performance is oncoming. So I don't know. I think we need to have a look and really study that position. And there are other players who are around. I think Ibrahim Imoro is someone who I've liked to watch. There's I think Derek Cohn. I don't know if he switched yet. I know one of the brothers said that we must get another player from Germany. He could be an option.
Isn't there a Dutch player who's a left back who was
Oh,
supposed to switch?
is he Dutch? I thought he was German.
There was a Frimpong or something who's Dutch.
No,
right back.
He's
a right back.
Right back. Okay.
He's a right back. Yeah. We should still try to play him on board, to be fair. But yes,
is Brian Brober eligible to play for Ghana?
Yeah, but he's not coming.
Switch. I don't think he wants to.
Why would he switch?
Ghana is not switching any national.
Let's concentrate about homegrown players, Charlie.
Because we need strikers.
Enough switching.
Okay.
Enough switching. We want homegrown. More organic.
After that chant, I don't want to see homegrown players. After that chant, sorry.
More organic, man. More organic.
No, we need Jeremy.
Did you watch the chant?
Oh yeah.
The chant was horrible because we don't have a league. We don't have a league in Ghana. That's why. If our league is better, then we are going to produce players. Else we're going to keep calling players and begging them to come when they reject the countries of birth, and then we're always second fiddle.
You know what? I liked what you said about the under 23s. Where there's some good players there. Where if they can develop, and then once competitions come like the Olympics or if under 23 AFCON, if they do well, they get into the under 23 Olympics. I think they could really develop. I mean, the likes of Barney,
We want homegrown, so they
I
wouldn't
They
believe.
are
compete.
homegrown though. A lot of them are homegrown.
No,
Relax.
they,
No,
Are they
no,
showing that
there's
match
a mixture.
tomorrow? Are they
Yeah.
There's a
showing that
mixture
match
of them.
tomorrow? The under 23 match?
Oh,
Is it
but you
going
can't
Yeah,
to
it's
be
just
tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
yeah. They need to
They're playing
develop.
tomorrow.
You can't
But is it
just
going to be streamed someplace? Is it going to be televised, that match?
It should be. It's in Ghana, so I'm hoping.
find them,
will
man.
bring it. Oshikani will make sure we watch it. Yeah.
But I think we need to
Streaming
prioritize.
matches
We need to,
there, I beg. But I think
we need,
definitely we'll get a place to watch it tomorrow.
Yeah.
we need to
I think
prioritize.
they will show it on either Max TV
The homegrown ones, they are bounced a bit. You know, they've got the.
But if you look at the Chan, I don't think you support any homegrown player.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Exactly.
Because it
No,
was
see,
abysmal.
You have
They
to.
didn't know
but
who
the
was
Chan
defending where, who was standing. No.
but the Chan had their own issues. I think Chan it's only one or two things. We didn't go with the best players. That should be the fact.
Oh,
Some of us,
okay, who did you want to?
So we actually have players. Oh, I didn't know.
What
we
other
have players there.
Name them for me. First.
Wow.
Which coach will go and start Kofi Koji, who has scored only 2 goals in a season?
But
While you have players who have scored 8 goals.
See, that's the problem. How wise is the coach in the
That guy's
first
like
place?
40-something years old. That's another problem. The man is old.
So see, selection and everything wasn't done right. The last time when the Chan team, the assistant coach was speaking about Ghanaian players getting involved in Black Stars, he called one Kotoko player, that's Lamte. Something Lamte. I've forgotten the first name. He said that Lamte should be called onto the Black Stars of Ghana's team. Meanwhile, they didn't invite him into the Chan team. So what makes him a better player if he was not able to make the Chan team, but you want him to be invited
The league,
for Black Stars?
our league is non-existent in
So I
Ghana.
think
The
for
league
them,
is non-existent. That's the issue.
Our league produce Fatai Isahaku, produce a free Ebane, produce the players that we are watching. Most
No.
of them.
They're not finished articles yet, Skinny.
Yes,
They're
they'll go out.
just
Yes,
exactly.
they'll go out.
So they didn't produce it. They've just brought them out. They haven't produced them.
I think the
They
problem
haven't
is
produced them at
they're
all.
not scouting. They're not scouting properly in Ghana because you've got good players.
There isn't a league. What are you scouting for? There isn't a league. It's not existing. There was no money. There was no funding in the league. So why would you pay me 500 Ghana cedis when I can go and get £1 somewhere else? Why would I stay? That's the issue. Even we're all watching EPL, La Liga. If they put on the Ghana Premier League, you look at the pitches, you change the channel. You're like, what's this?
So
that's a joke.
So the issues are just little things that we need to do them right.
Yeah.
1, pitches. 2, coverage of the league.
Coverage is poor.
Then 3, paying the players well for them to stay here and play. See,
They have to stay.
The time I was in Volta Region, that was the season I watched. I was watching every game that Wafa used to play. Wafa beat us by 5 goals to 0 within 59 minutes. That was June.
What?
I think June 6th, about 5 years ago. The same team Majid Ashmiri was playing. Ashmiri scored the first goal against us. He scored about 25 yards shots. He scored the first goal. And that time you get Majid Ashmiri, Gideon Waja, Abdul Basit, Kaliba Mankwa. The players were, if you come to Wafa Park, even just shooting the Ghana League was very good. Selling it outside because pitches were on point, everything was good.
Yeah.
But here lies the case: those players will just leave the next season. Then they just
gone.
sign on to start times. They are not giving us any better coverage.
That's the issue.
So I think the Ghana League can always bounce back only if the leaders are ready to do so. So
that's the word.
Yes.
That's the word right there. If the leaders, they can't be bothered.
I don't get why. I don't know why we are not.
You can't just say leaders and sit down. You also need to take action.
I don't know why we are not signed to DS Super Sports anyway. But it's just.
During question and answers era, it was DSTV. Then later when Kurt came, he cancelled the deal and signed on to Star Times.
Yeah, he has to go.
Yes, it didn't really make sense.
Yeah, he has to go. He's been there for a while.
I wasn't done with my point though.
Yeah,
Hey,
Supreme,
sorry.
please, you can summarize it,
Yeah,
yes, so that you get a curtain.
yeah. So yeah, I think for me the players are there. I do think the players need to come with the right mindset, but for me, my eyes are on the coach, and the coach needs to do a better job next time in the way he lays out his tactics, in the way he
Okay.
lays out the plan in order to put a much more convincing performance. I think that we could do a lot better than we did. I think that I know I do respect Angola, but I think there are levels and tiers
The
that we
beaten
can
man.
go from from the previous games, and I want to see improvements in that category. And if Edmund Addo starts the next game, I'm pointing my fingers at Chris Hughton because he's the one who's playing him. So is that simple? That's simple. So yeah, the
Okay.
technical team they have things to do. I acknowledge that there are a lot of other issues, including the players, but for me, it's over to them. They've had a look. They've
The
seen these
middle
two
name of
games.
Ghana is issues.
Yeah,
I think
there's now time to watch the leagues, watch other players.
Under
And I hope the
23s.
next
Let's
time,
focus on them.
we can see a performance that we can be proud of.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Supreme. I think everyone has made the points. Then Frederick, please finish everything for us. Then we will say a very good night prayer. Then we leave.
No worries. So I'll make it very simple because you want to go and sleep.
Yeah.
Some of you are yawning. It's a daytime here.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's a daytime here, so I can talk a whole day. But
I know.
thanks to everyone that has shown up, and
Yeah, I appreciate it.
hopefully we'll do this often, and hopefully Ghana will do well.
Hopefully. Let's see.
You are done.
Yeah. That was very short too. Brother, that's all you have to say.
No, I'm not. I'm not convinced.
Today you summarize, pal. Yeah.
Oh,
Because the volumes I was waiting for now.
I don't want to keep you guys but yeah, it was a good vibe.
You let him
It was a
speak,
good
you'll come
vibe.
off the Starboy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a good vibe, and hopefully a lady will join us one day, and give us
Wendy is here. She says she's afraid. She has to go to school and learn football before she can. But later, next time, I think we'll get a lady on board at least to make it very interactive and very,
but
gender balance.
I can see the regular ones. I can see my man here. Regular.
Yeah.
Nice
Supreme.
to meet the new man. The truth. Oh, the truth is regular.
No. He has been here before.
I've been on the other show, the other vlogger.
Sahara.
What's his name? Sahara. Yeah. Yes.
Looks like
Yeah.
But
I've met him before. Sure.
It's the truth is on the WhatsApp chat as well. Yeah.
No. I'm not big on cyberspace other than these discussions. You see, but I go to. I've been to World Cup twice. Been to AFCON like 4 times.
Wow.
So I was at AFCON in Egypt, AFCON Equatorial Guinea, AFCON Gabon.
Wow.
Ghana.
So you've met some of these players in real life.
Oh yeah, in Egypt, I was in the same hotel with them. I've met them. I'm not their friend, but I've met them, said hello. So I've had my wife and son have taken pictures with some of them. So I see them when I go to these tournaments. Yeah, and then the World Cup.
Okay.
World Cup.
So
This
you've got
World
a
Cup, I
son.
saw your buddy, Sahara. I saw Sahara football there, but he didn't see me.
It's Selassie.
I saw him, the Nigerian guy. Yeah, him and that Nigerian guy with the afro. They were doing.
Oh yeah.
Tribe football. Tribe.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you've got a son. Is he gonna be one of the stars, Black Stars?
No. My son likes the computer games. He'll play, and Ghana will beat Brazil 10-0. He plays those, but
Tell him we want him in real action. You know what I mean?
He doesn't like playing. He likes the computer games. He'll be an expert with that, but that's his thing. I don't force him. When we used to go to Ghana, I'd put him in the Lizzie Sports camp.
Oh yeah.
He's like on, but he wasn't too into it, so I didn't want to force him. You don't force kids into the sport if they don't want it. They have to want it. But so I pay attention to all the vloggers because I'm always, I'm at these tournaments and I watch carefully how things go, and you understand that there's a lot of work behind the scenes for them to organize. That's why I focus. I know they have to be mentally ready for these things because there's a lot that goes into it, I think, and it's like if you have distractions and maybe I think if sometimes you might lose some confidence if you read too much on the internet. That's what I think happens to some of the players at times. I think Jordan was talking about that. One of the players was talking about that the last AFCON. I think there was a discussion about this issue. I mean, so I don't know. They have to work on that aspect of it. That's what I think. There's a mental thing where it's difficult. I think they're flying from their club. Whatever the issues they have with their club, they have to forget about that and play for the national team. And I think it's not easy. We always forget. What we forget? We forget how young some of the players are. Like, when I go to tournaments and then I see them in person physically, then I realize, these are young guys. They're millionaires, but they're young. And there's probably so much happening. Family members probably asking for money, all that. But there's also things that must be happening with them, and then sometimes maybe their head isn't fully in the game. I think that's a possibility, and I wouldn't blame them. There's always things like that.
Sure.
Okay.
So
hopefully one day we would all meet up in Ghana and catch up in the main studio. So can
that'd be great.
I think my studio is a small studio.
Then you have to expand it too.
One day we will expand it.
No problem.
Sure. Okay, then. So Wendy, you can join the next time you have. I don't even know the next time you have a live. Today the network has been very, very good to me, and I have to appreciate MTN for this. So guys, I appreciate every one of you who made time to come here. The ones who have left, and also people. Then to you, the truth, please. Your name again,
Mr. Truth, my real name.
Yes, please.
Attorney Adoyobo is the name.
Mr. Tony.
What? Are you related to Edmund
Adoyobo? I'm an attorney. I'm an attorney here in the States.
Are you related to Edmund Ado?
No, Adoyobo, not Ado.
Okay, so Mr. Tony, thank you for being here. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your contribution. Your great in-depth knowledge analysis on the game. We appreciate you. Supreme, as always, on point, the tactical man, Yes, thank you for being here as well. Nanado, the president of Ghana, we are waiting for you to do things.
I beg, I'm called Michael.
Michael. Okay, Michael Nanado. The name here is Nanado. Frederick in Australia, my greetings to Melbourne City. Yes, I know that from afar. Then lastly to my boss, Britanzi. Thank you for
joining. You're the boss. You're the boss. Now you're welcome.
So Wendy, all the guys in the comment box, I appreciate all of you. Wendy. Hey, Wendy, next time you have to be here. Wendy's asking whether someone is Nigerian. Is it me or who? Wendy? I'm a Ghanaian.
Oh, you gonna be a Nigerian though.
Oh, okay.
I'm Ghanaian.
The Yobo in this, right?
I'm Ghanaian.
I'm Ghanaian. Adoyobo
is
Ghanaian.
I'm Ghanaian.
We're all Ghanaians.
We're all Ghanaian. Wendy.
I'm speaking to you, why? Can't you hear me?
Are you guys sure about that?
Now, interesting point. Joseph Yobo, that's a confusion. Joseph Yobo, the former Nigerian captain.
Oh, yeah.
The relatives, the background is actually Ghanaian. People don't know that. Yeah, the
Oh,
Yobo
wow.
is actually Ghanaian. Yes, but people don't know that.
Is it from
I don't think
the
he knows
Gan
much
tribe
about it himself.
or something?
Equipim area. Yes, they're not Ghana. Equipim. So
Okay.
he's actually Ghanaian background, but I don't think he knows much about it, to be honest with you. So
Okay.
yeah.
Joseph you.
So we have to
Interesting.
he has to change and come back and play for the Ghana national team. Yeah.
No, it's still like
I'm old.
Frederick
I'm
is
an
still
old
like.
guy. I'm an old man.
His time has passed. We think Andre is
Well,
too old.
definitely, I think it's
No,
definitely
we
possible.
want to see, man.
You see,
You want to see?
I was at
Charlie,
2008.
and we
I was
finish,
at
yo.
2008
We get
AFCON.
what
I
you
was,
now. We're gonna
I
naturalize
was
them.
there.
I'll tell
We're
you.
gonna sharp.
Ah,
If you
Naturalize
want to spend, then you need Kvaratskhelia, or else you cannot play
Hey,
for.
hey, that one now we can't naturalize it. In the before it's going to happen. At least we can say he's from the Gan tribe. Yeah.
but Osimhen, he no force for this the two matches.
He's
He
not
I
was
in
don't know
He
they
form.
don't
pass
give
him.
him the
They know
ball.
they
He don't
pass
give
him.
him the ball though. You know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
he
know they
used to
pass him.
pass.
Make him one do.
Yeah.
Chukwueze they do it. Chukwueze they do commodity things for that. Then look one to the look somewhere. Look one to the look somewhere. Charlie,
Lookman is just looking.
he didn't look somewhere. So wait, this one, the other guy,
you,
Everton guy.
you should bring some Nigerians on the page next time.
Lookman does not look
Yeah.
a man. Lookman does not look a
So
man.
let's worry about ours, why? And let's worry about comedy. Don't come and talk about you crazy. I think.
Okay, so thanks to all of you. Thanks to all. I appreciate.
Yeah,
I
appreciate.
appreciate.
All right,
So
guys, have a good
next time
time.
we'll do it again. I don't
Okay.
know when. To be
Good
honest,
night,
I don't know
everybody.
when, but
Nice to meet you as well, and all of you.
So
Supreme, True.
thank you.
I've met Fuji before, Snanado, so yeah. Have a good week ahead as well, and definitely speak to you.
Enjoy. No,
God
Okay.
bless you all guys. Yeah. All right.
We'll catch up again.
Good night. Good
night. Take
Good
it.
day,
Stay back.
Frederick. Good day, Frederick.
Yeah, good day to
All right,
Frederick.
guys.
I love to meet all of you in person. You know, it'd be very good.
Sure.
Yeah,
One day
we'll
we
make it happen.
We have a laugh. We have a laugh in real life. Yeah.
No, definitely. It definitely has to be in Ghana because that's where at least all of us can be.
Where about you? Are you in the UK?
I'm based in Coventry,
Ah, okay.
so not too far from.
There's
I
a
haven't
football.
been around there, but I'd love to touch down to the UK one day. Why not?
Listen, come through.
Yeah.
Why not?
And also,
Come through.
I'll meet you in real life too. Don't you worry.
No, I was skinny there. We have to go and meet him.
next
We have
year.
to go and meet him.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm coming. You have to go and meet me in Ghana here.
Oh, you're coming? Okay, come. Then you can come. You can come.
Surely.
No problem. No problem, Kara.
So
No problem at all.
for me, the only country I want to stay in is UK. Like I just like.
Oh, okay. No problem.
I don't know. From childhood, that's why.
But the UK is too cold, man.
No, that's why I like. I don't know why. I like.
Some people are frozen. Some people are frozen on the street.
Frederick, there is colder places than the UK. There is, Denmark and all the Scandinavian countries. They're colder than here.
Oh, really? Now,
Yeah,
Australia is very hot. Like sometimes 40 degrees, 35. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's just like Ghana. Yeah. Basically,
Wow.
yeah.
I've not been. I've not had the pleasure to.
A lot of the UK, a lot of you people love to come down here because
yes.
Yeah.
And I think the professions.
They come down here for a holiday. Yeah, from Europe. Yeah.
And I think a lot of the jobs within the professional scope, you're able to move to Australia from the UK. So
yeah, it's easy. Like for me especially, I love to. I wouldn't mind coming down there just for a nursing job because I'm.
I mean, I think there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
there's a lot of similarities in that way. So
but your workforce is not the best, man. So it's not the best.
That's very true. Unfortunately,
it's not the best. That's why I don't want to. I'd rather go to Dubai. It's a bit better. You get
That's what I've been told.
Yeah. So you get if you go to the Emirates, you get free accommodation. They fly you out.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Yeah, for nurses. Yeah. So.
Oh, for nurses.
Yeah, for nurses, yeah. But for UK nursing job, it's a bit hectic. But
No, it's a pain.
yeah, but if you're from
It's
Ghana,
definitely-
you want to go to the UK and do nursing because but
You want to
between
get exposure.
yeah. But between Australia and UK, Australia is better.
No, I've been told
As
that.
as a registered nurse, yeah.
As a registered. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So hopefully,
That's good.
one day I will see
Yeah.
Osikani in person and you in person, and yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great.
So,
Because I
It will
work
be good luck.
professionally in the labs, so
it go happen. It go
It'll
happen.
be-
It go
It
happen.
will happen. It will
Definitely
happen. It will happen. I plan
happen.
to go to Ghana. I plan to
No,
go to
it'd be
Ghana
nice.
next year, hopefully.
But definitely nice.
I will
Definitely
meet
nice.
Osikani. I think from the airport, wherever I'm going, I'll meet Osikani first before I go. Yeah.
That's
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
say.
Sure.
A big hug. Give him a big hug, and a big kiss.
We can definitely make it happen. We can definitely make it happen. It's all about
Definitely.
timing. All about timing.
Okay, brothers.
Let me leave you guys.
Have an
Okay.
excellent night.
You
Much
too.
love, and we'll catch up
You
again.
too. Take it easy.
All right. Thank
Take
you.
it easy. Bye.
So, guys, thanks for joining. We still have about 30 people here. All of you guys, I appreciate you. We'll meet in the next one. Have a good night if you are in Ghana. Have a good day if you're also in a country that you are now in your daytime. We'll meet in the next one. Bye bye for now.